just like looking around, and someone goes, and like can be looking at you and just expel gas and go, deal with that. Here's what I ate.
In fairness, though, you've done nothing but pick on her so far today.
In Boston, I'm going to squat over you as you sleep and fart into your mouth.
Welcome to Natural 6! I don't know if that's going in what we did before.
It is.
Oh,
it
no.
Is. Yeah, that's not the BTS. That was actually the intro.
Wow. Hi, everybody.
Just to pre-warn you, there's some weird energy.
There's some very strange energy here as we begin episode 27. 7. 27.
I've written 27.
But why is this episode 26?
No, it's 27.
So why did you
say 26?
I wanted to confuse you.
You derailed the whole time. The problem is, with Hollie's ruthless efficiency, if Hollie went to us, it's episode 12, we'd go, oh God. I'd be scrolling through my notes being like, oh my God, my prep is 18 episodes ahead. I could have spent so much more time doing something else.
I get very few power plays in this group, and that's one of them.
Did I tell you the time? And listen, it was legal where I did it.
Did you go shopping
I got
for
really
clothes?
high, and I thought that I could tell the future. And so I got so high that I was watching Dumb and Dumber, and I was sitting there and I was reciting all the words, the words that were coming out, the lyrics to the film, and I was going, oh my God, I can tell the future. And then I actually forgot that is the film as a kid I'd watched the most and already knew all the words. And I was going, I can tell the future to stop. So yeah, you know.
Feels like you're running at an incredible rate.
This is episode 27 of our adventures in the world of Reliquia. Would you like to do it again, Ben?
In the world of
Reliquia. Let's say hi.
Wait, I think we should explain the tiny little chair.
Okay. Alex bought us all cuck chairs for our dice. If you don't know what a cuck chair is, congratulations. You don't need to know. But if you do know, too much internet for you. Thanks.
A link.
Our entire lower third for this app is just a link.
Not sponsored, but we hope to be.
This is speculate to accumulate. Cuck chairs.
Cuck.com.
No.
He said com.
And also the dots sound like Doug.
Cuck.com. Guys, in the comments below, comment Cuck.com.
Just fill that.
It helps with the algorithm. It gets the audience we want.
Oh God! Oh, that is gonna. The comment section is gonna be an absolute mess.
Literally, you're gonna look down. It's like flagged for review.
Flagged for review.
Release. How do you release the
I'll do it. Leave it with me.
Let's say hi to our heroes.
Hello, I'm Aoife Wilson, and I'm going to be playing Dolly de Winter, the Tiefling Bard.
Hello, I'm Alex Jordan, and I'm playing I, the Kobold Rogue.
Hello, I'm Doug.
I
So want to do it. I'm Doug Cockle.
I mean, to be honest, in any other name, Cockle's funny.
Doug Cockle. I'm playing Kelnis, the Dragonborn Druid.
Hi, I'm Hollie, and I'm playing the human fighter, Elwyn Grenwood.
I'm Ben Starr, and I play Radiant Thornbear, the Wood Elf Wizard.
And this lot might be the salt and vinegar, the Thai sweet chili, and the smoky bacon, but I'm the bag for these bunch of mother flipping crisps. Shall we play some Dungeons and Dragons?
Last time.
You began in the virtuous hall, the ancient slabs of the floor having parted to reveal an opening at its centre. I, the character, not the me, was able to see through an illusory stone covering. realizing that beneath was a path that led down into the earth. With you, the owl not the pronoun, on his shoulder, I descended the path, the rest of you following behind. You joined your kobold companion at the start of a long tunnel marked with pictograms. Parvis, I, and Eowyn immediately identified it as a kobold tunnel, bearing all the hallmarks of their kind's craftsmanship. Parvis was overwhelmed with emotion, questioning why themselves had kept this extraordinary place secret from them for so long. As you ventured further into the tunnel, you encountered some mustard-coloured mushrooms that, when agitated, sent small plumes of yellow smoke into the air. Resolving to give them a wide berth, you continued down a naturally meandering tunnel, Dolly speaking to Parvis about Mount Atria before I heard a skittering noise from a freshly dug, uniformly shaped passage. Sending you, the owl not the pronoun, down there, the owl observed two quadrupedal creatures tunneling, though one of them snuffed out you with a hurled projectile. Deciding not to take on the monsters, you hurried deeper into the tunnel, emerging into a large cave. It appeared to be the hearth cave of I's tribe, though closer inspection revealed it to be a kind of copy. You found your pathway out of the cave to be blocked by a rock slide, and as you began to clear the rubble away, the creatures that had killed you, the owl not the pronoun, had crept forwards in the darkness and began galloping in to attack. As battle began, Radian was swiftly downed, Parvis rushing forward to stabilise him. Dolly chose to cast Shatter on the creatures, despite Radian incurring 2 failed death saves in the process. Kel brought Radian back with Healing Word, though he was swiftly downed again. Despite these travails, combinations of tripping attacks and a redemptive mind spike, see, you got your thing, meant that you bested your enemies and settled down to rest. You died twice, but you were key to the victory. Well done, fella.
Shut up.
As you prepared to sleep, Parvis instructed Kelnis and Dolly on the power of healing magic, coaching them through some new somatic components to ensure they would have access to greater restorative power in future battles. Now, in a reflective mood, Kelnis sat with a piece of lathy mahogany as Dolly received another message from the spinner, telling her that the wasp could be dissuaded from his hunt should Dolly cooperate. The night passed without incident, though upon waking, Dolly took the opportunity to question Kelnis further on the wasp. Kelnis revealed that Ylda and he had been love rivals, and that the scars on his enemy's face were of Kel's doing. With Kelnis subsequently having fled Lathy and joined the web, Ylda blames Kelnis for the death of their tribe. As Dolly's questioning continued, she found herself under pressure from Eowyn, who pointed out what she saw as a cruelty in the tiefling's line of inquiry. Whilst Radian demanded that Dolly give up the web sending stones, tempers began to flare, and Kelnis went so far as to offer to leave the newly dead forever, when Parvis spoke up. The kobold Antiqua was puzzled by the lack of cohesion in the group, reminding them of all they had achieved since they began to work together and the extraordinary places they had been. With a temporary truce declared and I eager to continue onwards to find his tribe somewhere in the caves, you headed deeper into the tunnels. The next cave you found was a representation of the hearth cave of the kobolds of Jape, home of Parvis. It had been many years since they had been there, themselves having barred him from returning. Much to the Antiqua's surprise, the paintings on the cave wall revealed that he had been held in high regard by his tribe, depicting him above all other kobolds, second only to themselves. Despite the years of separation, they had been proud of him. Again, you sought out deeper tunnels and caves, discovering a space that took its design cues from the kobolds of Aston, spotting an opening in the floor that led down into a dark cavern beneath. Using you, the owl not the pronoun, to investigate, a warging I, the character not the me, noticed a huge cluster of the mustard-coloured mushrooms and plucked a single stem, which resulted in the entire cluster rearing up and lurching towards you where you attacked. Despite the ferocity of the creature and a strangely off-colour Eowyn who couldn't hit a barn door, you overcame this fearsome foe with relative ease, its paws seeping yellow smoke as it collapsed to the floor. And that is where we are now. We are still in the cave of Aston. These unexpected and beautiful pops of colour, flowers. And as the last of this phosphorus mustard plumes of smoke emerge from the body of your fallen foe, it's quiet.
So I'm assuming that wasn't meant to be here.
Well, it doesn't look like anything's meant to be here. There shouldn't even be flowers down here.
Got anything to say, Parvis?
I has never been to this place. I know only that this is the way, the fastest way to the old dark.
Seems that the further we go, the more dangerous it gets.
Yes, it seems that way to I also.
Is there anything we need to do before we move on?
Parvis looks around and says, I as well, all things considered.
How are you doing,
That is all right.
You ever seen anything like that before?
I have seen nothing like this before.
Could I go over and I'd like to investigate.
Yeah, absolutely. Roll me an investigation check.
I lead with my tongue. Must be said. And it's the longest you've ever seen it. Like it's crazy, like 3-4 meters.
You know when you see a sprint finish shot at a...
I'd like to cast a spell that I've never used before, which is extend tongue.
Yeah. It's a level 9 spell. I'm amazed I've given it you this early.
Yeah. Mind lick.
So I cast mind lick, and that's a 23.
A 23. So this seems to be it's kind of exactly what you thought, really. It's like a cluster of mushrooms that seem to have grown. You can't understand why it is sentient. Mm-hmm. Roll me an Arcana check with advantage.
Double 18, so 25.
Okay. The place that you are in, when you consider the creation of these different caves, the ways in which these flowers in the Aston Caves are growing, the fact that there is no water down here, there is no natural light, everything down here, it should be impossible that it exists. You can deduce that there is, and you feel a sense of deep magic here, but you also sense, in a way that is inescapable, the presence of the blight. With your own blight, you feel more aware of it. It's as if you can tune yourself into the frequencies of other creatures that also have this blight. You get a read from Elwyn, but a very slight one. And it strikes you that what you're looking at is an amalgamation of the magic that creates the caves being corrupted by the blight. That this is not how blight's meant to work, and this also isn't how this creature was meant to work. Mm-hmm. That something has gone wrong in the mix.
Mm-hmm. In a very articulate way, mesmerizing way, and everyone's completely hooked. I can convey this to the group, and everyone is dazzled by the way I do it.
Roll me a performance check.
It's a nat one!
Double 18s into a nat one is special.
I would really like you to show us how this looks.
So I've just done and it's not good. And she's got the same as me, and it's.
I walks up and just gives a little slap around the face.
And ow!
You notice Radian's nose is like really running. He hasn't clocked it.
And anyway, and you know when we hit it, and it's.
What did you say?
Now the other nostril, like big 11s going down.
What did you say?
I'm trying to communicate with you what this is.
And I can't understand.
Weird shit down here in the dark. Other news fork found in kitchen. What?
Yeah, exactly. You get. I'm trying to. It's.
You suddenly became aware of the snot.
You has a.
Oh
bit
God!
of
Oh no!
You has a.
Okay, so just don't want to.
Do you want?
This is so gross.
No, look at me.
I picks a leaf, kind of hand a leaf.
Do you want to?
No, I'm good. Anyway,
So
you can.
listen. I know this is rich coming from I. Use your words.
Can I roll for forwards?
Yeah, you can.
Still a 5.
Okay. The snot stops.
As I said earlier, that thing is a bad thing. I feel like you're not getting this.
I feel like I already knew it was a bad thing.
Yeah.
The cave is a good thing.
Yeah.
That is a bad thing.
Yeah.
So the good things are becoming bad things. Mm-hmm. I think that's what he's trying to say.
Wait a second. Let me do it like this. Okay.
One word.
He puts one finger up as if playing charade.
This is one.
One. That's one.
This is one.
Okay.
First.
Finger.
Yes.
Rhymes with
Hands.
Explosion.
Jazz hands.
Everyone roll insight.
It's a nat
Nat
1.
20.
Light. I'm pretty sure he's saying light. You think he might be saying rain.
I think he's having an aneurysm, actually.
I think Radian might be dead.
Light? Rhymes with light?
Blight.
Blight. That's right. Okay, that's blighted. I mean, I think I knew that already, but thank you.
What happens to us if we stays down here?
I don't know. I might lose my mind if we don't keep going.
Well, I can tell you I'm already blighted, and if we stay down here, it's not ending well for me.
I think it is already happening to a Radian.
Yeah, well, yeah.
Wait, that's going to happen to me?
Let's keep going.
Is that tunnel that thing came out of? Does that continue?
That's where we need to go.
That's
So
where we
you
need
can,
to go.
yeah, you can have. You can have a look down there. I don't think you actually probably had a look down there.
None of
I
us
think
did it. You went down
used
there.
used
I
you,
used
the owl.
you.
So I walked and maybe described it, but feel free to sort of poke your head down there, Kel, and see if you can make out the geography.
What investigation?
Let's call it perception.
With a ship rose.
Oh, he's
Good.
good at
That's
that.
much better.
He went and landed.
It's a 26.
26. Okay, so what you have is a cave which has it looks like a passage goes along far beneath it. Sorry, at the far end of this space, it's like the slope by which this creature emerged out of that cavern. You look down that slope and you can see little clusters of mushrooms and a great space where a larger cluster would have been, which is the creature that's dead at your feet. And beyond that is an opening, which looks like it leads to a tunnel. And I will say with a 26, you sense like a warmth, a humidity from down there.
what is it?
It's warm.
We're wasting time
It's
here.
humid.
Let's go.
It feels like there's water below.
I've already started walking.
And I is following.
I'm blocking the entrance, aren't I?
Well, yes, but I'm telling you. I'm telling you what I see.
Are you walking?
Wait. So Dolly and I start to walk down. Kel? Yep.
Yeah.
Great.
I'm coming with.
Parvis goes as well. Can I have a marching order, please? Who do we think is at the front?
Dolly.
Yeah,
Dolly,
you wanna
Dolly,
go first?
Dolly,
Side by side.
Dolly and I at the front, side by side. Anyone going to particularly
I thought I
take?
was following.
I'll go in the order we said.
Great. So Kel's somewhere.
So at the back is Elowen.
Yeah.
And then I'm next.
Yeah.
And then it's Ben. And
Yeah.
then it's
Parvis will stick himself
not
in.
Ben. Radiant.
Parvis, then Ben's Starr, isn't it? Parvis sticks himself in the
He's
centre.
everywhere. He's in everything.
I am, yeah.
So you move.
He's actually the source of the humidity.
Yeah, he's just radiates. After we got so nervous trying to do charades that he's radiating heat.
What is sounds like in charades?
You pull your ear.
Yeah.
You don't say sounds like. It sort of defeats the object.
Don't
I've
say
just
anything.
never played charades before. And that's
What do you mean you've never
Never-
played?
Well,
Never
there's
played charades.
there's 2025's Christmas special, but
Yeah.
enough of that for now. So you move down and through this cave where the mushroom creature had been lying in wait. And these smaller fungal clusters cling to the walls. They pull moisture from the stone, and you see these little whispers of phosphorus-coloured fumes that dissipate in the humid air. And it is warm down here, as Kelner's pointed out, this kind of gradual warmth that you would feel where you sort of sat near a fire on a cold winter's night. It's a slow seeping heat that feels kind of soporific. You feel yourself sort of getting into it like pardon?
Eepy.
Yeah. You can feel yourself like getting into it like a warm bath almost. And then you see a tunnel of brown stone and earth.
Why are we going this way again?
It's the way. I mean,
We're looking for a way.
Okay.
Well, we're not going to go backwards, so that was the only way out of that place.
It just doesn't look very inviting, is what I'm saying.
we're underground by God knows how much. It's none of it's going to be inviting.
Yeah, but feel it. Feel the air. It feels strange. It feels weird. I don't like it.
And you knows nothing more.
Let me have Parvis roll a history with disadvantage. I mean, the whole, very specifically, themselves never told Parvis about the nature, about how to get into this place. Parvis knew it existed because Parvis knows there is a possibility of getting quickly to the Old Dark from here. But let's see if he ever knew anything beyond that. I'll roll him a history check. He has a +6. Okay, that's a 24.
Themself is not of this world. Themself created these caves, but they are of Sentiasa. I has never been there, but that is our homes.
Points up at the caves from where you were.
Perhaps this is their homes.
What do you mean by that?
Well, if they create homes of their people in these caves, perhaps they create a home for themselves as well.
Does anyone understand a word that he's saying?
I think
I feels I understand.
I think when themselves took the kobolds, he used his magic to recreate their homes here, which is why there are copies of places. It's why there's a copy of where I is from, and it's why Jape is here and it shouldn't be here. Themselves tried to recreate the kobolds' homes so that he could take them and keep them safe.
So where are the kobolds?
They've been hiding down here a long time. They probably just wanted to feel at home.
Yeah.
They're probably
I'm gonna
dead
guess
now.
the kobolds are at the Old Dark with themselves. Why they've left the caves? Maybe because of the blight. There's one way to find out. We just have to keep going.
It keeps going.
So you move down into this tunnel. And something sweeps around your ankles as you move down into these tunnels. It's mist or smoke. You see these pale wisps, but they don't fade or disperse as your foot passes through them and meets the floor. And after the warmth of the air around you, this feels cold. It's like walking through like a mountain spring on a summer's day. It's sharp, but you can't hear running water. You can't feel moisture when you reach down to touch it. And something is different here. Warmth and mist and the pale brown stone of the tunnels and the earth beneath you, it feels primal. Doesn't feel like anywhere that even the most travelled of you have ever been.
Literally about to be my question. Does it feel like anywhere else in Liquid? Okay.
Can I investigate it?
Yeah, of course you can. Of course you can.
So it's almost like he, what Radiant's trying to do, he kneels down. It's almost like he tries to touch with his fingers what this is.
Okay, roll me an investigation check.
14.
14. It's like putting your hand in water. and you put your hand sort of flat through it, and normally with a mist or with anything like this, you'd sort of see the shape of your splayed fingers and thumb, but nothing. Passes through it and immediately is still opaque. Your hand disappears from view. There's no pain. Nothing leaps out and grabs it, touches it. You don't sense an innate danger in it. But it doesn't make sense. Mm-hmm. It isn't natural in your understanding of how the world works.
Guys, look, you can make rude gestures in it. It's cool.
Little wispy genitals just floating up towards the ceiling.
Can I attempt
that's hilarious.
to see if shape water to try and
yeah,
to see if that
totally
would
you
work on it?
Totally, you can. Is shape water a leveled spell?
It's just a cantrip.
It's a cantrip.
Yeah.
Totally. So, what do you want to do?
I would just like to, as you say, it feels almost like water. It's that thick. I want to see if it will even just work. If I can affect it. Mm-hmm. If I can see what sort of like because I'm kind of aware here that if we're walking along unable to even see our footing, that's a risky thing.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I can just clear a space and have a look at the ground underneath and at least see if...
Yeah, cool. You watch as I casts shape water and... squeak, squeak,
That's
squeak.
the sound I make.
That's canon now. Every time he casts shape water, I'm going to do a little shift on a leather chair.
I think you might be moving a lot this episode.
You create a space that suddenly these, as if blocked by invisible walls. Because it's been so opaque, there was no sense that it was kind of moving. It looked flat, almost like a false floor. But suddenly, the mists start to shoot up as if their passage into a central point, the epicenter of your spell. Something is barring access. And they pour up and then back over themselves, creating these sort of tidal waves that repeat and repeat and repeat. And you see a floor that is a stone floor. Quite unremarkable. Really, roll me an investigation check.
Put it back on the chair, Alex.
Nat 1!
Put it on the cock chair.
From whence it
Bad die. Yeah, it's... I think you're taken aback by the peculiarity of it. Mm-hmm. Because, as I say, it doesn't look like it's moving. Mm-hmm. It would be like putting something into sand and suddenly seeing the sand all start to... Mm-hmm. And it's just too odd for you to really understand what's going on.
Did you do that,
I did this. I want to go and stand in that space.
Mm-hmm. There's no warm. There's none of that cold that you're feeling. It's warmer. Your ankles and, I mean, probably for you more than most. Yeah, bollocks, shoulder height.
It's warmer in here. There is not the cold.
It's that weird smoky stuff that's cold.
Can I, with my sort of little water flask,
yeah,
could I try and to see if I can take any of it? To sort of, where it's like flicking up and just sort of...
Yeah, I think that's fucking cool. Roll me a sleight of hand check. Bold to take it off the cup chair.
I know, yeah. So it's a 16.
It's a 16, yeah. I would say that you empty the water out of it, and you have a stopper filled with. Let's have a little look at something.
What's its name? Death water.
So a water skin can hold up to 4 pints. So I will say you can add this to your 4 pints of, let's call it cave fog.
Deathwater's much cooler.
Yeah.
Cave fog's pretty cool.
Let me have a look at something.
I see you've got 4 pints of, and I'm hoping we'll.
I tell you what I'll
Drink
allow.
it.
I'll tell you what I'll allow with this. As a one-time thing, I'm going to say you can have a one-off cast of fog cloud using this. You can use the spell Fog Cloud, which is a first level spell, and you can save it. It's probably not the right amount to be able to do it, but I think it's such an imaginative thing. Essentially, you now have a fog cloud ready to go in a water skin.
It's fun.
Which is a 20-foot radius sphere of fog centered on a point. It spreads around corners, and the area is heavily obscured. It lasts for concentration up to an hour or until a wind of moderate or greater speed disperses it.
Gust.
Great. I puts the stopper in, puts it in my hair.
You spill it, it's gone.
I think so. He needs to keep moving.
Agreed.
Yeah, let's just hope there's nothing hiding in the fog forest.
Quickest way out is through. Let's go.
You continue down the tunnels.
As it's a cantrip, can I just clear this as I walk? Clear the fog, or
You can, if you would like to. You can.
even if it's just for a bit of effect and it looks kind of cool? Just
for flavour, absolutely.
just this little bit of kind
You're
of
sort of
water just as we go
perennially
there.
casting, and there's this sort of walls, these
Come on, Doug.
plumes of fog.
Doug, as we're walking.
Squeak, squeak.
I'm casting it as we walk.
Oh, sorry.
New boots.
It's gonna be a problem.
There's new boots.
So,
I don't know what is going. This doesn't normally happen.
you're not normally wearing the leather chaps, though, are you?
Because
I am actually wearing
You
leather
are
trousers.
wearing leather
And I'm
trousers.
As I say this,
Not
listen,
moving.
It happens to everyone.
Yeah. You move down a tunnel that twists and meanders. It's a long tunnel. It takes a long time. You walk for what must be a mile down this tunnel with no passages off, with no other signs of life that you can make out.
Oh, this is boring.
This was your idea to come this way.
there was no other way.
I'm sorry that this is boring.
And then you reach so am I. And then you reach a fork in the road. Can those at the front, which is I and Dolly, could you roll perception checks, please?
13.
8.
8. Are you still throwing up? Throwing up stuff?
Fog, not.
You're still vomiting. He's vomiting all the way
We
down.
don't do that in front of Hollie.
Yeah.
Don't like that.
No. Take it back.
I do.
There is you throwing up this fog is creating these kind of walls on either side. There's the passage down the centre of the tunnel, about 5 foot wide, enough for one creature to move through without being impeded or feeling the sharp coldness of this fog. But other than that, what it's effectively done is it's made these two broad sections on your left and right. They are opaque. And what neither of you see is that something has made its way down one of these tunnels.
I did it for flavour.
You did it for flavour, sweetie, but you gives me an opportunity. And what you see right next to you, your head turns, and there is a floating spectral head, like that of a great fish, but it is wreathed in darkness, as if black ribbons adorn its face and now hover out behind it, and its mouth opens. It's a massive pointed teeth, which is lit by an infernal glow somewhere in its throat, and it burns bright red through this fog, like a blacksmith's furnace. Everybody roll initiative. And I'm going to say it's going to get a surprise round on I, because it rolled a 24 stealth. Okay, did anyone get...
A nat 20.
Oh,
Can I roll again because I got a really low one?
no, sweetheart. Did anyone get a 15 to 20?
18.
An 18 for I. Did anyone get a 10 to 15?
I got a 12.
Got a 12.
Did roll, actually, then.
I know, I'm very truthful.
A 5 to 10?
I got a 7.
8.
A 7 and an 8. Oh, I haven't rolled for Parvis. Oh, Parvis rolled really, really well. Parvis goes here. That was Kel. And then Radiant.
Dagger.
This creature is going to get
initiative.
its first turn. As it opens its mouth, it shrieks in this corridor. This high-pitched, glassy shriek that cuts through, I'm going to say, the first 3 people in the order. It's a... oh no, actually, I do apologise. It is only 1 creature that it can target, but it can do it twice. So it's going to do it at I, and it's going to do it at Dolly. It's going to make an attack first at I. That is an 18 to hit.
Yep. Now you described it as me as looking at it.
Yes.
Uncanny dodge. Just to say, like, because it's a surprise round.
Yes.
When your attacker you see hits you with an attack, use your reaction to halve the attack's damage. Would I be, even though it's a surprise attack?
Yeah, I'm very happy. I'm very happy for you to do that. Let me roll the damage, which is 10 psychic damage, and now I will roll the damage I will roll the attack on Dolly, which is a 2 on the die, becomes a 10, and then I would like I to make a charisma saving throw. 10, that's a fail. There is something in its shriek, as painful and as horrific and dreadful as it is, that you can't resist. It's like the call or the song of a dark siren, and you find yourself against your own volition, as if your sense of self is being hijacked. You find yourself moving towards it. It brings you to within 5 feet of it. Can you make a wisdom saving throw, please?
Nat 20. I control it.
Nothing happens. I tell you what I will say, because I think this is interesting. What you see as it comes closer to you, its mouth opens, and in that infernal, deep red, fiery space, you see the thing you fear the most emerge from its mouth. What do you see? You are engulfed in a miasma of your worst fears.
So I literally just see a mound of kobold corpses, and on top of it, I see I's new tribe. Not dead, just stood on it.
And you, as this horrifying vision moves towards you, you are able to summon your faculties and recognize that this is a creation. This isn't real. And as you have that realization, it disperses and just disappears into nothing. Can I have... You are right in the middle of this thing, unfortunately. Can I have everyone within 30 feet? Who was at the very back?
Me.
Everyone apart from Elwyn. make a wisdom saving throw. Parvis fails. What did you get?
16.
16 passes. Just. Kel?
27.
Passes.
16.
Just passes.
9.
Fails. You and Parvis are frightened until the start of your next turn. Those of you who've passed, you are immune from this now for 24 hours. You cannot willingly move closer to the source of your fear, and attacks made by that creature against you have advantage. I will check if there's anything else, but I think that's all that frightened is.
Elwyn hadn't been able to move closer.
Yeah.
And she's got a bow.
I got a bow.
Got a bow, but I mean,
In fact,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can get it here just to make sure I'm absolutely correct.
Although, in fairness, weird spectral
Oh,
thing.
sorry, you have disadvantage on ability checks and attack rolls while the source of fear is within line of sight. But I will say you can turn your head. Otherwise, we get into all kinds of nonsense, which I incorrectly ruled on the previous encounter. We now go back to the top. What it's going to do, actually, is it's going to fly up and away, which takes it out of your space. So you can, if you want to, you can make an opportunity attack on it.
yes. Please.
Ovs.
S'il vous plaît. The old crossbow.
I think an opportunity attack can only be a melee attack. Let me check
If you're
that.
too close, your crossbow, you'd get a disadvantage on your
Although
crossbow
no,
at that
with
range
this,
anyway.
not with this one.
Not with that, but yeah, it is only a melee attack, I'm afraid.
Okay, great. Well, yeah, with my dagger.
Your
then.
dagger.
That is a 22.
Which hits. And it's a mundane dagger, right? It's not a magical.
It's not a magical.
Okay.
1d4 plus 5. That was a 4.
Okay, it's going to take half of that.
Okay.
So what you see is as it goes up, leaps up. But it's for him, it's a big jump. For everyone else, it's just a little leap. And you just see the tip of the dagger just go, boop.
like a very, very bad attempt to smash a pinata by a very young child who's trying to poke the stick up. That is back to the top of the order. That is Dolly's turn. This creature flies up and then positions itself above Parvis, who is in the center of you. So therefore it would have a spread where it could hit everyone. It creates this kind of curve where it flies up from the ground and then sits over the top of it.
And I can't move towards it.
You can't willingly move towards it, no.
Okay. I'm just gonna look up at it and say, come back here and finish what you started, and cast Dissonant Whispers at 3rd level.
Okay. It has
A wisdom save.
it has advantage on saving throws versus spells and magic. That's a 2 on the first, and then a wisdom save is a 19 on the second.
Ah, bollocks. Okay, well that's gonna be that's half damage. So let's see, 5d6.
This music's so epic.
It's so good. I was just thinking exactly that.
That's
Like,
wonderful.
So,
I'm there. It's like I'm there.
I just want you all to know I'm having a wonderful time.
so that's 20 damage total, and it'll take half.
Wow, fantastic.
Nice.
very good.
And then I'm gonna look around and be like, "You okay?" and cast Bardic Inspiration.
Oh, thank you.
Great.
I'm good
So
at
you
music.
have a D8
got
to
your
add
card?
to your next
No,
roll.
Dolly has a Bardic card.
Donnie, have you got your card?
Oh, yes, I do.
So that is
Oh no, where is it?
How will I know?
that is
So,
that is Parvis's turn. Parvis can do
Nothing.
can do very little because what he is unable to do is, I guess he could. He's going to, despite the disadvantage, he's going to attempt to. He's going to cause it to make a dexterity saving throw. So it will do so with advantage. You see Parvis point a trembling finger at this creature, who passes, unfortunately, and will. Nothing happens, but this sort of radiant flames threaten to drop from the ceiling almost on top of this creature. It twists away as it does so, and these flames sort of shimmer and twist into nothing. And as it whips away, you see these black ribbon-like tendrils that spread out from it. And again, it looms large above all of you. That is Ai's turn.
Dissatisfied with the little amount of the dagger that I managed to stab I drop down immediately, pull out my crossbow to fire off a shot.
Okay. Make an attack.
That is 12.
That does not hit.
Then I would like to, with a little sound of hide.
Hide, absolutely.
Amidst the fog.
Roll stuff.
Bardic.
I don't feel like it's going to make much of a difference.
I want to see if you roll in that one, baby.
Huh?
I want to see if you roll in that one.
On the bardic.
No.
On the bardic. Sorry,
yeah.
I thought you were saying I don't think it's going to make much of a difference if I roll or not for the stealth. I'm going to hide.
I would say I want to
No, that's not how it works.
I actually handled that really quite politely, given that I thought you were just saying I shan't roll. I do it.
You were very good, actually.
I want to say over bardic when I think it's a bit more likely to.
Sure.
Because I don't know.
Go on.
Yep. You got to do what you got to do, baby.
Yeah, that's an 8. So
Yeah, an 8, which becomes like a 28.
yeah.
You disappear into the gloom. That is this creature's turn. It's going to target. It's going to target Kelness and Radian this time with its ensnaring shrieks. The first one is at Kelness. That is a 21 to hit. And the next one is at Radian. That is a 21 to hit. Roll 2 13s. What I think I'll do is I'll roll the damage for both of you, and you'll both take the same amount of damage. So you both take 13 points of psychic damage.
Can I intercept on Radian?
Yes, you can. What does that do?
When a creature you see hits another creature within 5 feet of you with an attack roll, you can take a reaction to reduce the damage dealt to the target by 1d10 plus my proficiency bonus.
Great, and your proficiency bonus is +3, so roll a d10, and you can reduce this 13 damage by the roll +3.
Reduce it by 9.
Great, so you take 4 psychic
God.
damage. And can you both make charisma saving throws, please? Kelness and Radian.
I can't help you
By
with
the
that.
power of my riz.
Should have offered you the dice towel. Really should have offered you the dice towel.
To be honest,
I may as well have done. It's a 9.
It's a 9.
I got a 9 as well.
You both got a 9.
Twinsies.
You are both pulled towards the creature, up to 15 feet towards the creature. I'm going to say it pulls you up into the air. I'm going to say this thing pulls you off your feet, and you watch as suddenly, like, Kelness and Radian's, like, legs are at head level. This thing opens its mouth, and for the first time, it speaks. But it speaks only in each of your minds. It speaks telepathically to you. And it says, "It is all right to be afraid. Give in to the fear." Can you both roll me a d20? I'm going to roll in the Tower of Doom, and whoever is closest is going to get targeted by this thing. I rolled a 5. What did you roll, Cal?
A natural 1.
Oh no.
And I rolled a 9.
Oh, you're equidistant. Oh my God, you're equidistant from it. Roll again. We'll all roll again. A 4.
3.
An 8.
Targets Kelness.
That would have been amazing. If you rolled a
Kelness.
5.
Can you roll me a wisdom saving throw? You're very good at these.
Not this time.
17.
Passes. Oh, passes. And, I mean, you wouldn't have seen this because it was happening all in Aya's head. But you see the mouth of this creature opened as it's spoken inside your mind. You see it open, and from within, your deepest fears emerge. What do you see?
I see Kelness alone on a battlefield, and the newly dead are dead all around him.
And then, with the strength of will, your knowledge of the world, no one here has travelled, maybe other than Parvis, no one here has travelled as widely as you, has seen more extraordinary things. And you remember Parvis's words in the caves above of the things you've achieved together. And you know the strength of your companions, and you know their bravery and their fortitude and their prowess. And with that reminder to yourself of what they are capable, you force this image from your brain and it disappears. You're still dangling 5 feet up. I'm going to say at this point it just drops both of you to the ground. You don't take falling damage. It's just cool as hell.
Do I land in a really cool way?
Roll me an acrobatics check. Kel definitely does.
Oh, I
he
land
didn't
with
need
my
to.
fist on the ground.
Fist on the
kind of
ground,
thing,
punches
yeah.
a hole, falls through.
You didn't read
It's
that.
an 8.
An 8, yeah. You, what happens is you go to land with one foot out, with the hand out, and your foot gets caught in your cloak. So what it does is your foot slips back in on yourself, and you land sort of knee first.
Does it hurt my leg?
It
Does
hurts
take
your
some damage.
You know that thing when you hit your elbow or your knee in a very specific place and it fizzes, like it buzzes.
Yeah.
I'm going to take 5 feet off your movement speed for that. Let's have everyone who isn't already immune from it, which is
Me.
Charmed.
you are immune. Who passed?
I
there?
didn't. I was too far
I'm
away.
already-
I've
You
never
were too
rolled
far away, so you've never rolled
anything.
it.
I was immune.
Yep, so you're immune, and you are not immune, right? We had a wisdom save or frightened until so you are immune from it. Let's go.
Nothing's hit this.
Elowen.
Really.
Elowen,
No.
can you roll a wisdom saving throw, please?
I'm going to use second wind on that.
Okay.
Where's my D10? No, you're the 8. Oh, good. That makes it a dirty 20.
Passes. You are also immune to this. So the only creatures now that can be frightened are Dolly and Parvis, but they will not be frightened by the start of their next turn. It lasts for a round, and once you've passed, you're immune. That is Elowen's turn.
How high in the sky is it?
It is. I'm going to say it is.
Too high for melee?
No, I'm going to say this cave is no high. I mean, I said you guys went with your feet about 6 foot up, and I'm going to say Calnus is probably
Pretty high for
he's
eye.
he's at
Everything
over
is
6
high.
foot. So I'm going to say this thing is like 12 feet up. I'm going to say you can just about hit it with a sword. I know it might be 11 feet, but
Fine.
you can make a melee attack at it.
Okay. That is a 26.
Ooh, very much hits. Very much hits.
And that hits for 9.
And it that's magic.
It's a magic
isn't it?
item.
Yep.
And that is a 26 to hit.
26 hits. Surprise no one to hear.
And that is 10.
Uh-huh.
And then...
What are you doing?
I'm rubbing out its HP and writing in some more HP.
That is a natural 20.
Wow! Holy hell! With the dagger.
Crit.
Yep, so that
Roll it
hits
twice.
For... it hits for 7.
7.
And then I'm going to take a little step back from it using the 15 feet I get from rolling a crit.
Yeah.
In fact, I'm going to move a little bit further back as well, so I've taken no movement. So
Okay.
I'm at 20 feet away. 20 feet away from it.
20 feet
Or
away.
20 feet from where I was. So yeah, 20 feet away.
Yeah.
I
Right.
like the idea that they were sat around trying to work out what to do with the fighter, and they were doing like let's do a spitball kind of thing. It's like, right, you get extra movement, you get, it's like, you know, that Key and Peele sketch where they're like, I love it, it's in. I love it, it's in. I love it, it's in.
Yeah.
It's like
The
everything they
fighter-
think of, they're
the fighter is
like,
like-
fuck it, it's
And do you
in.
not get opportunity attacks when you do that?
Not if she's crit.
I've crit.
So she can crit and take like.
So,
it's
tactical
my
shift.
It's my favourite new version of a class is the fighter. I want to play a fighter, and I've never had any desire to play a fighter before. I think they're so.
Sorry, it's remarkable athlete. So after a critical hit, move up to half your movement speed without provoking
That's
opportunity
That's
attack.
a champion
great.
That's a champion
Yeah.
subclass feature, I think.
And yes, it is. That's champion level 3.
yeah.
And then level 5 level 3 allowed me to use second wind because I failed an ability check.
You're so useful.
Yeah, it's more useful. That's, yeah.
Kel.
Out of interest, when I use that tactical mind, I don't think it says it in the book either way. Do I get the heal on that second wind? Because the book doesn't say either
don't.
way.
I would interpret it that
As
no.
just it's- that's
so you
a
either
different
have,
use.
and we can look at it afterwards. But I would say either you get the benefit of the
Of the-
heal, or you
or-
get the benefit of like trading it in for something else. Almost how there are certain bards that can
Yeah.
choose to use their bardic in different ways.
Yes. Interesting, if I use second wind as my bonus action to heal, I can do the movement thing again.
Okay.
But I'll still take opportunity.
Okay. That is Calnus's turn. So this thing has dropped you. You're looking up. It's directly above you.
As a bonus action, I cast Bark Skin on myself.
Cool.
And then I guess I'm going to shoot at it with my longbow.
Ooh.
I mean, you went for it with the sword, but I'm a little bit further away.
I'm going to say that if Elowen can hit it from the ground, you can melee hit it from the ground. Absolutely, because you're taller than her.
Okay, no, I'm going to draw my scimitar.
Okay.
And
Come on, Betty.
And it's a
Take a swipe
mundane.
at
It's not a magical scimitar, is
No.
it? Great. Okay. Make an attack.
16?
Hits.
1d6 plus 3. 4.
For which it will take 2.
Takes half damage.
It takes half damage from non-magical piercing, bludgeoning, and slashing.
I'm using an FN and a Gremweird.
So all of her, the only mundane attacks we have left are yours if you use weapons, and Dolly's and Radiant's if they use weapons. I's crossbow is magical, but his daggers are not. And Elowen's sword and daggers are magical, but her longbow is not.
Yeah. Which is why I was like, I can melee it, right?
Yeah, totally. That is Radiant's turn.
Correct me if I'm wrong. Did I give Kel my regular crossbow?
You did.
I'm pretty sure I did. Just while I remember, I think I'm pretty sure I gave it to you.
Cool.
Right?
We'll worry about that. Doesn't change the nature of the damage.
No.
So
But
for now,
just
we'll,
for Kel's knowledge,
Great.
like I'm pretty sure
We'll have a little.
crossbow
We'll have
as well.
we'll have a little
Yeah,
look.
I've got bows coming out of my
That's Radiant's turn.
One last question.
Yes.
In the air, we're saying he's
like
11
10 feet above.
fantastic. I'm gonna throw a big old fireball at this boy. Mm-hmm. It's a 20 foot sphere, so I'd like to
Do it so it's above him.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's a
I'm
possibility.
gonna allow you to do that.
fantastic.
Theatre of the mind, baby.
Are you no?
What are you doing?
Now hang on, it rolls.
You do.
It rolls for fireball. You don't roll for fireball, sweetheart.
Doesn't it? Isn't that
Yeah,
a
it's a dex.
I roll a deck.
No, that's even worse than why I did it. Okay, it's fine.
It has advantage.
I know, that's why I was going to do it.
It's gonna roll too low. It's too low.
It gets 24.
Okay.
And it's absolutely fine.
It will take half damage. It will take
Still
half
good
damage.
Still damage.
All damage is damage. What are you?
Not really.
You joke. That's good.
It is good. That was that.
Yeah, that was that.
I just
That's
saw
why I
you.
was like,
I just saw you
good.
turn one of your dice
No,
over
no,
to
no,
a higher
no.
number. No, I trust you.
He hit it. I
Trust you
promise.
completely.
Wow.
He said, craning his neck to do the maths alongside him.
It's good.
It's good, actually.
That's what I mean.
Can you do the maths on that? Because that's really good.
Yeah. So that's.
Should we maybe say them out loud?
That's 20, 34, half it.
34 halved, so that's 17 damage.
That's good.
That's
34 would have been better.
I'm not saying it's the best, but I'm saying it's pretty good. You watch as Radiant throws this fireball up, creates it behind this creature, and these walls that are now starting to kind of fall down, because this has all happened in like 12 seconds. The wall of fog that I had created that was going all the way up the sides of the tunnel has started to disperse, and as it does, it's like this flame licks across the ceiling of the tunnel and rakes through this creature, and all you can see for a moment is the bright red of its mouth until that is obscured and then revealed. And you see that this creature's starting to shed these black tendrils, like these ribbons, or they're almost like sort of necrotic. They could be like necrotic skin tags that are starting to like shed from it, and it looks diminished. It looks smaller. Back to the top of the order. Dolly, you are no longer frightened. That is your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna take out my dagger, put my thumb on top of it, like Ellen taught me. And I'm just gonna take a run jump and try and stick it into this thing.
Mm-hmm.
Hell yes.
With as a mundane attack.
Can I have
As a nat one. Okay, so Dolly runs, if you'll allow me. Dolly runs and goes to do the jump. and slips. And what you see Dolly run, go to jump, and that thing where as she jumps, she doesn't actually get any higher. If anything, she gets lower, and she disappears. You see her sort of dip out of frame. She is obscured entirely by the fog.
I just shout, "We'll work on it."
It's like, you know, as a kid when you used to like try and jump on a trampoline, but it would be going down at that moment.
It's like your strings are cut.
At least I get to dip my head into the really nice refreshing pool.
You know what?
You feel
You're glowing.
Your pores close, like really close. Is there anything else you'd like to do?
It's the champagne.
Would you like to get up, or would you like to stay down in there?
I love to get up.
No,
Just wallow in it. Just stay down.
I think at that level of embarrassment, I'd probably stay there.
I think I was trying to jump.
I will say the humidity and the sudden cold have made your hair do like a really really
No,
strange
that's cruel.
thing,
That's
where
mean.
it's really
That's
it's hit frizz in quite a serious way.
Monica and friends.
Is Parvis's turn, who's no longer frightened. Parvis is going to. What can Parvis do? Parvis is just going to try this again. This creature's going to make the save. Oh, and it doesn't make it. It was a 17, and it fails. So this creature is going to take an amount of damage from your boy Parvis, who, after the fire dissipates, brings down these, again, they look like flames, but they're this radiant blue and white energy. I rolled quite well. And this creature takes 9 points of radiant damage.
Oh yeah, little Parvis. Yeah.
That is Ai's turn.
I would like to take a shot with my crossbow.
Yep, from hidden.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, that is, I'm not going to use Bardic, because that is a 28 to hit.
You have advantage, so you might crit.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's not a
Fine. I would just hate you to miss out
That's a
on
very good
potential
point,
double
yeah.
damage.
Yeah, I'm the worst at doing that. So and I can crit twice as well. I've got 2 numbers I can crit on.
1d8 plus 6 is a 4 plus 6, so 10.
Mm-hmm.
And then my 46 for sneak attack. 4, 6, so that's 10, 13, 14 extra.
Aye. Tell me about it.
Okay.
Yay.
So this fire goes up, licks, and you see it like affect the fog, and then I releases his shape water, and the fog drops down, and as it drops down, it just washes over, and you just see him just stood, and the water, the fog kind of ripples down him, bolts straight up, and just like almost as though it wasn't even slowed down at all by this thing, straight up through it.
Straight up through it. And this thing gives one final shriek before it explodes into smoke. In that last moment, everyone sees a brief flashing vision of their fears. Radian, what do you see?
Does everyone else see this?
No, it's only happening in your head.
It is
It's a semi-naked.
it's fully erect.
Everyone's
Naked in
worst fear.
No, it's me standing in front of everyone, burning them alive.
What do you see, Elwyn?
They're all dead.
And we've heard from the others. You hear Parvis go,
Actually, heard from me.
oh, we haven't heard from Dolly. I'm so sorry. What do we hear?
All right.
Oh, yeah, you've passed. It's because you passed your save.
I did pass my save. Barun is unrecognizable. Corpses in the streets. People are scurrying to and fro. There's no spider prints. Spider Queen.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Music, perfect.
Might have stayed in the web.
And as this creature disappears into smoke and the fog and the mist settles, you have a left, you have a right.
Can I say first, Radiant storms over to Ai and grabs his hands. Says, "This is your fault.
What's his eyes fault?
You and your tricks. Playing around.
It would have come
You
for us
nearly
anyway.
killed us all.
It would have come for us.
Anyway.
We would have been ready.
Back off, it wasn't his fault.
Yes, it is. Let's stop trying to protect him.
Radiant, he had nothing to do with that creature being
He had
here.
everything to do with that creature attacking us.
Every creature here has attacked us, whether we knew about it or not. It was an accident.
I'm sorry.
You have nothing to be sorry for. Radiant, calm down.
He, Parvis, speaks Draconic to you and says,
Without you, they would not have ambushed the previous creature in the caves. Without you, we would not have seen those things that followed us. Your leisure, your score.
Thanks you, I was going to ask.
Radiant,
Your score is more success than fail.
I takes this on, but also doesn't let go of the fact that Radiant is correct that the attempt at that did put an extra amount of danger, but accepts that both things can be true. Yeah. Can I try and wrestle my hands free?
yeah, I mean, are you like really hanging on to him? As soon as Radiant feels that you that you kind of want to move off, he releases his grip.
I turn to Parvis and says,
Is there a way which feels right to you?
I think we should follow the warmth, not the cold.
Does anyone want to try and detect which path is warmer or colder? See if that is something you can detect. I can have Parvis do it, but I think it's sort of more interesting.
I'll do it.
Yeah, great. So let's roll a perception check for Cal. And Parvis will give you the help action, so you can roll it with advantage. Looked single digit from here.
It's 27.
27. Yeah, you sense that the right-hand passageway is warmer.
This one feels warmer, Parvis. You think this is the way we should go?
I think so. For what it is worth, what you says about warmth and water, perhaps this is right. Water must have a ways of going in and goings out.
Well, you would know more about this than any of us, so shall we?
One way's as good as the other to me. Let's go.
I still think you looks very cool.
The hair is a lot at this point.
And your face looks...
Looks what?
Like, was not puffy before, but it looks even less.
You've never served so much face. You've never served so little hair.
Just before, I guess as you guys maybe start walking, I'm just gonna grab Radiant, and it's not a whisper, but it's just I guess I'm just saying it to him. Every time you get scared, you do this. A little bit of fear is good for all of us, but as soon as you get scared, you lash out at everybody. Go easy on I. It's tough enough down here for him as it is, but you did the same thing to Asker, and you've done the same thing to other people. So the moment you feel afraid, you lash out.
We could be dead because of him.
Radiant, we could have been dead a long time ago, and we're not. And that creature didn't kill us either.
Actually, just to point it out, Radiant has died several times.
It's wild that you're still scared of dying if you keep coming back.
And just kind of walks off now.
Fine, Dolly, come here. And while we're walking, I'm kind of trying to plait Dolly's hair.
Sleight of hand.
Thank you so much.
Now, tell me honestly, you've got some brothers who have longer hair.
Yep.
You have longer hair yourself.
Yep.
How adept are you at plaits?
I'd say I'm pretty adept. I mean, you've seen Kylen. His hair's braided.
Great. Okay, let's do a let's roll with advantage then.
Okay. 17.
Yeah, I'm gonna say it's
comfortably tamed. It's slightly unusual to see Dolly with anything other than her iconic look. But it ain't half bad. I mean, considering you are in a strange magical cave far beneath the blighted city and it looks like the world could end at almost any moment, you've done a remarkable job.
Hey, if you're going to die, you're going to look good doing it.
Nice.
Who's going first as we go down these tunnels?
Yeah.
I.
And I guess me and you would be, because I'm obviously next to Dolly, I guess.
And Radian, you stormed off. Does that mean you're sort of storming at the front next to I, or are you
Yeah, go on then.
Trying to outpace, just like
having that very male
And you're
thing where you
having
try
to,
to
like,
walk
you're
faster than
double
someone
stepping.
you've never met on your way to the station early in the morning? Be like, no, I'm in pretty good shape, by the way, guys.
can I just, after a moment of this, just click my heels and just that little bit?
Absolutely. That infuriating thing where a friend is walking one step in front of you the entire time, so you can't quite have a conversation.
And so in order to retaliate, I cast Misty Step. And,
You want to you're burning a spell?
yeah,
Cool.
I'm that pessy.
Oh, yeah.
We know.
And almost immediately, your advantage is lessened anyway.
yeah.
It's almost
Got
gone.
so much. So these two kind of dashing off down the cave.
But it's exactly where you need to be, by the way, dashing off down the cave. Right? What a sensible choice.
Dashing down the cave.
Keep going.
He says
Roll me
in March.
perception, the two of you, please, at the front. Go ahead.
19.
19.
Yeah.
11.
11. The speed is harder on you than it is on I, Radian, and you are having that slight burn in the thighs when you know you're like, I'm gonna need to stop at some point, and you're already quite. That was a tough fight, and you've been freaked out by the thing that you've seen. And kind of much as you did all the way back in Yannick when you went to track Iago. I puts a hand across you. And you have found the first thing you notice is that the fog stops. It stops at the entrance to a cave. And for the first time you can see all of the ground beneath you. It's uneven and it's covered in these little raised patches which are patterned like the rings of an ancient tree. And Kel, as you join them, you recall there was this dwarven smithy that you met in a city called Flint a long, long time ago, who would combine different types of steel into a single blade and heat it. And then with every hammer, it would leave these topographical marks, almost like a map that showed height. That's what this floor looks like. And embedded within the stone at these irregular intervals of what could be bones? Great bones, smooth, ivory-coloured, almost slippery as your feet land on them. And you're looking into a very small hearth cave. Unmistakably a hearth cave. A fire, long, cool fire at its centre. And the most pictograms you've ever seen in a hearth cave. It's like every surface has been covered in stories.
Can I walk over to the fire?
Mm-hmm.
And using prestidigitation, I'm gonna light it.
Yeah. And there's a little kind of whoosh, like the driest kindling, the driest straw that fast explodes into flame. And the cave is illuminated. Red light, orange playing against the dark brown of the walls. And you...
His voice is growling.
And you see these pictograms.
Do I recognize anything?
Roll me Investigation. I'm going to have Parvis roll as well. Anyone else who wants to is very welcome to roll investigation on this.
15.
Cool. Anyone get higher than a 15?
You got a 16.
17 and a 16. So I'm going to say I and Kel and Dolly, you recognise you kind of attune yourself to it, but the others a little faster on the draw. It looks to be the same hand that painted all the pictograms and everywhere else you've been. And there is only one kobold in all of these pictograms. And instead, they are often depicted with a tiefling and an elf and a dwarf and a human and a gnome and a halfling and a dragonborn. I think that's all of them.
Yeah, you did
9.
Yeah,
9.
you made 9.
And you realise this is themselves' story. And roll me a history with advantage, I. This is your kind of personal...
9.
9. You can't figure out what these things are, but these are the pictures that you see. You see a kobold figure who is placing their hand over their heart. And you can see in the following pictures that their appearance is shifting. They appear as different creatures, none of which you recognize. Like different humanoid creatures. Some that have almost animalistic features. Some that have almost elven features. But it's nothing that you recognize. And you see images of this kobold who always wears a very familiar cloak, no matter who they're appearing to be. They are wreathed in shadows and mist, and they glow, moving through these stories. They glow with magic. You see them meeting with a gnome and a tiefling, and then many depicting just them and the gnome speaking, them and the gnome huddled over a fire, them and the gnome sharing food. And then you see, taking up one entire wall of the space, them surrounded by figures that are wreathed in smoke, entirely alone. Their hand throughout on their heart. Everyone else roll history.
Can I think I know.
Okay.
This.
Yeah.
That one.
That one. Let me get Parvis involved in this, because Parvis is a bit of a boy.
16.
16. 11.
Natural 20.
Natural 20. You have heard enough over the past months with your companions and your time in this world to know that this is the story of the Divine War. This is the story of what themselves did in the Divine War when they infiltrated the courts of the vile and the virtuous. Back in Sentiasa, before where you are was even imagined, let alone made. And you quickly deduce that all the creatures that you can see, that you recognize the races of, are the virtuous. And you trace this along. Kelnis, you tune into this as well. Elowin tunes into it. That it tells the story of themselves coming back to the virtuous. And they're rounded on. And you see pictures of themselves turning, and everywhere they look, an orc, I forgot the orc, an orc or a dwarf or a dragonborn or a face is etched in fury. And they shrink and seem to become smaller and more rounded and less proud And in the last of these images, they reach out a hand to Ristrin, and Ristrin turns away. And then you pick up the thread of pictures you've seen in other caves, themselves apart underneath the ground, the virtuous together. It's like it takes up the thread of the story of Reliquiae as the world is created and themself is separate and is apart.
Would it be possible for me to, just because I got a natural 20, I did get one. The other creatures in the thing, can I try and investigate to see if I would recognize, like I'd have any sort of...
Yep.
Natural 20.
You have golden bronze skin.
Mm-hmm.
You see creatures with golden bronze skin, elf-like.
Mm-hmm.
You see creatures that look like you.
I don't tell anyone.
Yeah, fine.
This is why when we got to Atria, this is why the other Antiqua turned on Parvis as well.
This is... We was not trusted.
Once you're a spy, it's hard for anyone to trust you again.
And yet who puts themselves in more danger than themselves? Who puts themselves in with the enemy, butts themselves, and yet this is what they were left with.
This was their reward.
All the
None
gods
else.
fought in the war, though.
And all the gods went alone, did they? Risks everything.
Every god played their part.
None of the other gods were doubted.
And every god turns their back.
You can see that, like, Parvis, who has always been quite moderate about this, looks really fired up, absolutely on Ai's side. That this was a betrayal. The fact that themself was doubted and ostracized as a result of what they did seems to be very much kind of a boiling thing within Parvis.
This was not just themselves' plan.
No.
This
but
was...
they did it a little too well.
But this was the plan they all decided on.
Yes.
And thence they decided they did not like it. When themselves did it perfectly.
Doesn't sound very fair to me.
No.
Not fair, but inevitable.
Understandable.
I wouldn't say anything the gods have left us is particularly fair.
They left us a broken world. They were broken themselves.
But at least you got to be parts of it.
I did. And I don't think themselves ever forgave me for that.
And you got to be parts of it.
None of you ever told us how broken it was. I don't
No.
think I'll ever forgive you guys for that.
No. No, the Antiqua made mistakes. And those mistakes are not... They are nothing before the mistakes of the virtuous.
Well, the Antiqua, some of them are still making mistakes.
Some of them are dead.
And some of them aren't Antiqua anymore.
The gods must have had their reasons. These are pictures. You think we understand them?
They're the histories.
Yes. Of
No.
course. But look, we're looking at pictures and we're trying to understand the nuances of existence.
You're not looking at just pictures, you're looking at the histories. These are the... All of our gods had books, right?
And they lack nuance. They are black and white.
Until you put them all together.
Nothing is black and white.
No, it's not. All I'm saying is that there must be some reason.
Well, you think the gods had a reason?
Themselves
Just-
going off and meeting with these things that we don't even understand. We can't even see what these things are. We've seen what's coming through from this other world.
And that's what themselves was meeting. Their information... The information they were able to get from vile, the wild, is what allowed the rest of our gods to be able to win the battle.
Tally's gonna walk up and just touch some of the pictures and go, information is power. This made themselves too powerful, and it scared the rest of them.
Whatever they did gives you and everyone you has ever loved what they has. That's as simple as it is. Whatever else they did, we can ask themselves. But this, every being in Reliquia that has lived, is thanks to this.
Yes.
Every smile, every warm hearth is thanks to this. We can ask themselves whatever we wants to when we finds them.
Well, let's hope they answer. Because if they don't, then I don't think there's going to be an awful lot of Reliquia left.
And I will ask.
I will be with you.
Can, did he say, was there any clear...
There's a tunnel that leads out if you're looking to move beyond this space.
Should we maybe have a little short rest first?
These are the most important pictures in kobold history, aye?
Yeah.
Take them in while you're here. Give all of us a chance to catch our breath, and you can arguably see some of the most important pictures in kobold history.
I likes this.
So how long do you want to rest for?
I mean, do we want to do a long?
I don't need a long rest.
No, I don't really either.
Some of you do, yeah.
You always need.
Although you get it on a 4-hour trance, right?
Yeah, I can do.
You trance for 8 hours, not 4, right?
A chance for
Thanks for.
Wow. There's just no such thing as long rests for elves. That's why.
I would be willing to take a watch and have a short rest because I don't really need to, do anything.
Okay.
But also on that watch, I would like to perform the ritual to...
Absolutely. So let's say
I'm just having a little trance for 4 hours.
Radiant takes 4, I takes 4 and takes a short. So you can roll up to half your hit die to regain HP.
Yeah.
You don't get any spell slots back.
No.
But you can cast as a ritual and you summon forth you.
Yeah.
And then the rest of you can get a long rest. So everyone can get everything.
I regain 3.
How many did you roll? Did you only have that much damage?
We don't have that much time.
You can re-roll up to half your hit die.
So
So if they're what level are you? 7.
Yeah.
So you can re-roll 3 of them.
Oh.
Sorry, I meant half the cumulative amount of dice. I should have pluralized.
Got
it.
it.
You can
Okay.
roll half your hit dice.
Okay.
So
cool.
3 off the first and roll me 2 more.
Uh,
They're d8s, right?
Yeah.
Rogue?
I think I'll probably get it. I mean, that's 4, and then that's a. But I mean, I only lost so I get it all back.
Great. Fab.
Great.
As you settle down to rest in this strange place, is there anything anyone wants to do beyond recuperate? And, of course,
Study the pictures.
I'm going to pull out that piece of mahogany again. I'm just contemplating it.
what are you thinking about?
I'm thinking about the forest that this wood came from, and the time that I spent as a child running around in the forest. And the little black cat who used to follow me around.
Slightly larger than average.
Slightly larger than average.
Great.
We're going to work on your footwork. Come here.
Oh my god.
No, you can't be slipping like that. That was ridiculous.
Yeah, I know, but it's the price you pay for wearing nice shoes.
I know. But you know what you'll pay again? You keep landing on the floor like that, you'll end up breaking your nose.
And it's a good
That would be a
nose.
shame. Yeah. Okay.
Right. Oh, I'm not going to aim for Radiant. That would
We
be
can if you want.
Radiant Trancy.
Eyes looking around. No, look, we'll find that rock over there.
Yeah.
Now, what you were doing, you were looking at your dagger when you were running. You were making sure you had your hand right.
Yeah, because the way you taught me.
Yeah, that's great. But you need to be looking at where it's going. You always look at where you want to put it, not at the dagger itself.
Mm-hmm. This is a lot. Okay. All right.
Now, you also went too far. You ran too much. You gave yourself too much for one way, and then you fell off it.
I just wanted to look really cool, and it just didn't work.
And that's what we're trying. So we're going to get a little bit closer before you start running.
Okay.
So it's just a couple of nice slow steps, and then it's 3 long strides. As you go up, eyes fix exactly on where you want that dagger to go.
Mm-hmm.
And you and the dagger are following your gaze.
Okay.
From over there, you just hear, eyes what?
Okay, roll an attack with advantage. This thing has an AC of 13.
Okay. What is my plus to hit? Oh,
Very little.
it's a 13.
Oh wow! It does it? I mean, it's a hit. It's a palpable hit.
It's lame as hell.
It's like
But
Are
it's
you
a hit.
trancing? That's it. Always follow your eyes, looking for the prize.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say you can roll your next melee attack that you make in combat with advantage if you remember. But your next one actually.
Oh right. Okay. Okay.
With Elowin's words ringing in your ears.
I can try teaching you magic sometime if you like.
You know what? I'm good.
Well, I feel like there's an exchange of skills here, and that's all I really have to offer.
You know what, Dolly? Not everything has to be an exchange.
I know, but
We're friends.
really?
Yes. Just don't miss next time.
Okay.
Good.
Let's have a perception from I and a perception from Radian as we move through this period of rest.
18.
18,
14.
14,
How do you read this
No,
one?
no. 17.
17.
No!
Is it a 9 or a 6?
On the D4.
I added incorrectly.
Gets the best of us.
Both of you listen, stand in the cave entrance, listening out into the tunnels beyond. Nothing. The fog is gone. Nothing crawls along the floor. The warmth is still here. You find yourself more tired than you would normally be. Something about the comfort of it feels easier to fall asleep. You trance and you feel really good. It's almost like when you wake, it's almost like, or you rouse yourself, it's almost like waking with the sun on your face.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like some of that tension leaves you.
Mm-hmm.
And the humidity of a cave
I'm
is
like a light.
is perfect, yeah. It's what you're searching for every time you climb under a bed. It's the feeling that you have here. And I'm going to say as well that without going into detail and everything, you will be able to recall anything that was on these paintings.
Cool. Recall.
Everyone else is asleep?
Yes.
No, there's nothing bad. I try and sneak over to where Dolly's sleeping, and I see that she's clutching the dagger that I stole last time. And I don't do anything, but there is an intense urge to take it from her. And I can see that she's really, really clutching it hard. And it's almost like there's a hand reaches out to take it, and then there's just something that kind of stops him from doing it. But it's close. If there's a camera, it's those fingers nearly touch that dagger.
And you slink back to your position of watch and you wake. Still in these strange, dayless, nightless, sunless tunnels. You don't know when it is, but you know you're rested.
Still down here.
I can't wait to see the sunlight again.
Me too. Let's go. Let's have some nice wine when we get back up there.
Oh, that would be nice.
I'll take any wine right now, quite frankly.
And a taco.
Yeah. I don't think we've ever found those.
I haven't had a taco in years.
I don't think you've ever had a taco.
I still does not know what they is.
They is like a folded, thin bread with a creature in.
That's
Meat. Sometimes a fish.
Okay.
Sometimes a pepper or onion for people who do not eat of the flesh. They're
good, Parvis. They're good.
Very, very good. That's very good. And deceptively filling.
I will try one
You'd
day.
need at least 5.
Careful of spicy. A fizzy mouth.
Well, I will try 5. One more. What is a 5? How many is a 5? That's nice.
That is many. That is many, Tucker.
Sometimes I think
They are
die in
they are
these caves. These are the last conversations I've had.
They are fajita-sized, of course, to kobolds, or maybe even enchilada-sized. So that's quite bold to have 5.
Yeah, but he had like 3 toffee apples.
I sits in the corner and goes,
1, 5.
Yes.
Good.
Good.
1, 5. 1, 5.
The journey
Do
is about
kobolds
the
have
destination.
Great question.
that is a
Aaron.
good question.
Great question.
Google
Let's
it.
see. How many
Well, we need to get the artwork up of.
do kobolds have? How many fingers do kobolds have? 3 fingers and a thumb.
There you
What
go.
about our artwork that Matt did there?
So
That's actually quite cute. He's going.
he's going 1, 5.
Correct.
It's 1 step forward, 8 steps back.
So good.
Okay. The road is open ahead of you.
The long dark tunnel in the dirt.
Shall we?
We shall. I is always ready for this.
Feeling a little calmer?
Yeah, feeling fine.
Come on then, let's go.
You make your way down another tunnel. Everyone roll perception checks after a few minutes of walking. 19. 13.
A natural 1.
A natty 1.
11.
22.
22. So I and Kel, you can sense a slight shift in the air. As if in anticipation of a large space at the end of this tunnel, that the air circulates differently. You can just start to feel the merest, maybe slightly cooler, still humid, but slightly cooler air coming from the end of this tunnel.
I want to relay that to the party and kind of give a warning that I think we might be approaching something.
Can I smell anything?
Yeah, roll me a... what did you roll in that previous? 21?
22.
Roll me perception with advantage then, because clearly you're very tuned into whatever it is around in here. So roll...
That's a 21 and a 19.
Okay, so we'll take the 21. You smell... You can smell...
You smell.
You smell. God, I'm so sorry, Parvis, there's nothing for it. You smell. You smell slightly stagnant water.
I smell like a pond or something.
Down here?
I mean, we found flowers, so
We found some more than flowers.
I think a pond's not the wildest thing.
Ponds actually sounds quite nice. That's now.
Ponds are kind of gross though.
It shouldn't go into still water, not still water.
It was always water.
Yeah, you can't hear.
It is.
Yeah,
it's
you
good
can't
pun.
hear any movement of water. You can't hear any trickling or anything that would make you want to piss.
Well, I just had this thought actually just a little while ago while we were waking up, and I thought none of us have ever gone off to have a pee.
Well, we assume.
Actually,
I have.
there was a,
Actually, Dolly in the forest.
That ends
Yeah, you
well,
claimed
by the way.
to have been.
and there was that moment in the episode where you were all having a drink in the bar, and I had gone to bed, and he walks out, and
That's
everyone
right.
just sees him walk out, go in, have a pee, with the door open, and then back out.
Well, while we're having this little conversation, I call Hank forth.
Great.
Hank, come to me. And Hank goes,
Can I go over at that point? Candace, can we pet Hank?
Wait, we can pet Hank?
I don't know. I've never tried.
Can we pet him? Can I try?
Roll me an animal handling check with advantage. You are Kel's friend.
I don't think I've ever rolled animal handling before.
Yeah.
I don't think I've ever asked anyone to do it. You can roll with,
15.
roll with
advantage. Yeah, it's 15.
I roll animal handling whenever I take a piss.
Sake. The anaconda!
Why did you have to do that and go on? Just let it
Sorry,
be.
I could have just let it be. Yeah. Hank's kind of hot. You know, Hank's...
What?
Excuse me.
There's one
He's
buff
running a
little
comb
python in
through his
there. Yeah.
Like squeezing their legs like
He's a fine
It's like Danny's over here.
Yes, I like that. He's a fine Martin.
He is a fine man. He's a very attractive man, but also he is he has little bits of flame on him, so he is quite hot to the touch.
Well, I am resistant.
You're resistant to fire damage, so
It's like tickling.
he likes it.
Yeah.
He likes it.
He's a bit in my mind. He's like a '90s mascot, you know, and his thing is
Got a
like
bit of attitude.
Yeah, I'm a hottie is probably his phrase, maybe.
Like the
Please just tell me about that at
cheetah.
DM's notes.
Like,
That's what you
like the
type in.
Cheetos cheetah.
yeah, or like Gex,
The
Gex
Tony
from the
Tiger.
video game.
Yeah.
Like,
Gex.
Gex fucked. Just
Deep
saying.
cover Gex.
I think
We all saw it.
okay, yeah, Gex.
You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
We
Gex,
watched the
deep cover
video.
Gex.
We all saw it.
Yeah, he quite likes it.
Yeah,
And
as,
then-
as you pet him, he goes.
And then suddenly you get too close to his mouth, and he has like you see that he doesn't like anything around his mouth. He has like a little snap, but not necessarily at you. It's just more like a don't.
Okay, that's all right.
He's still not totally tame. He's bonded to Cal, but he's a wild animal.
Kel, I've got a question for you. Does he understand you when you talk to him?
Mm-hmm.
Can you understand him?
Sort of.
What do you mean, sort of?
Well, we communicate, but I don't
Horrified.
know.
He doesn't speak, but he understands the languages you speak.
That's right. Yes.
You're like, really, he's a pine martin. Why would he speak?
I'd want him to speak.
He lets me know when he's unhappy.
Okay.
I turns to Parvis and says,
Can you translate for me? The feeling is instinctual. The feeling of this communication, it is an instinctual feeling.
And he slips into common and says, I would like to contribute. The feeling is instinctual. You has a rapport, a natural rapport.
Yes. Kind of like you and you.
Yes.
That's what you said, that's what I said.
Yes, rapport is the word.
Is you here as well?
Yes.
Can I
Yes.
pet you?
Oh, you goes for Hank immediately. Small game, a rodent. Both are killed.
I fly you onto your shoulder.
You is much more tame. You is much less, nippy and bitey. Not going to suddenly peck an eye out because it sees light glimmer in it.
Hank sees you on Dolly's shoulder and looks at me and goes.
Goes back up into her shoulder. They're essentially trying to out-cute each other here.
You is literally because you is like Yu's head is like 90% eyeball, is literally just two eyeballs like staring at you like here, just looking like that.
Oh my god. Quite creepy up close. There you go.
He likes you.
I'm only the narrator, guys.
Oh, sorry. I make out with all of them. I just thought that was implied by... So Radiant opens his mouth and he goes, giz a snog. That happens, no.
Let's go.
Would you like to pet? He's on my shoulder. Would you like to pet Hank as well, Radiant?
No, I'm fine.
Elowen?
I would, but I don't do well with, fire.
What, are you scared?
I just want to get burnt. Got better things to do.
Just saying he sounds scared is all.
No, and stop trying to bait me.
I think baiting you's the best way to do it.
Some people are more
Prefer to when
secure
you're
than
angry.
others. They don't take bait that easily.
I talked to Hank and telepathically or whatever.
Telepathically or whatever. Fuck it. You know, I don't care.
Yeah.
So you would have to speak out loud. He doesn't have a telepathic... does he have a telepathic bond with you? Let me check. Don't think he does. No, he understands the languages you speak.
Yeah.
Just you have to speak out loud to speak to him.
It's literally, you're reading it, I wrote it all here.
You did, I know.
It's all there.
I love it. I
I know.
I love it.
my
I'm so
favorite
pleased.
piece of
This is exactly how
paper
Hank
anywhere in the whole
and...
world.
Yeah, this is... Yeah, Doug is Hank.
I send Hank over to sit on Radiant's shoulder.
It's like,
What do you want?
what are you, scared?
Just get it away from me.
Roll
Hank
me.
kind of rubs up against.
Stop it. Make it stop. Make it stop.
You know, I kind of love radiant.
Make it stop.
It's a cute little pine marten. Calm down.
No, I don't like it.
Come back, Hank.
Jumps down it straight up back onto Kelnis's shoulder.
That wasn't nice.
I thought maybe you would come around.
Yeah, well, you thought wrong.
Shall we?
We shall.
Yeah, let's.
So you move down this tunnel and you enter a cave. A long, wide cave. 20 feet beyond the entrance there is a sheet of stone which blocks much of the view of the cave beyond, but there's this narrow gap, be a couple of feet wide, and you can see down to the far end of the space. Everyone roll perception checks. That one from Parvis. Dolly?
11.
11.
17. I'm rolling some high perception considering I get no bonus.
yeah.
17.
17.
17?
17.
17?
5.
5. So Kel and Elowen and I all see that at the end of the space there's this little rise in the ground on which sits a jagged stone frame made of 3... It's hard to tell if they're pieces or a single continuous piece of stone that, with the ground being the base, makes a sort of squiffy rectangle. A trapezoid. Trapezium, sorry.
Unbelievable.
And it's surrounded by what you realise, Cal, you're the first to clock it because you smelt it. You realise there's water. Deep blue water, which is still and rich as silk. Dark blue.
The same
Go ahead.
dark blue that we've seen in the river, or different?
No, this just seems to be that. So you have black rivers and bright blue rivers. This just seems to be. You can't see it at the moment.
Okay.
Am I the only one who can't see it? Or
No, the
I'm
three of
the-
you can see it. You just saw it first.
Do you guys see what I see?
I see.
Can I sort of maybe just try and sort of move, so depending on where I look through that
Yeah.
frame, if it...
Yep. Roll me investigation.
Oh, that's a 2.
Okay. You don't detect any change or shift in it.
I would like to fly you across, and you kind of swoops low to the water and trails a wing just across the tiniest little bit, a little ripple on the surface.
Aye, let's make sure the owl doesn't summon anything else to come and fight us.
Nothing happens. No, it's just a ripple that goes across the water. The silent flyby, and then you see the ripples extend. It's only a little patch of water, maybe 5 feet wide, and this small island is about 10 feet across. And at this point, Parvis
gate.
Points at the stone. A gate?
Like a portal?
Yes.
I hate portals.
Sorry. Sorry.
That's phenomenal! Phenomenal! How long have you been holding on to that? How long?
I called it a gate as well.
And loaded.
It was an attack of opportunity.
Amazing. Amazing.
That is a legally distinct.
Yeah. Illness hates portals. Nothing you can do about it.
God, I love that. Carry on. Sorry.
This is the way.
Ow.
Gate.
This is what we've been looking for.
Parvis is going to roll. Everyone else is welcome to roll an Arcana check.
I'll have a crack at it.
Ooh, that's a... What does it have? Yeah, it's 24. Anyone beat a 24?
I did a dirty 20.
Dirty 20. What you see from this distance, and Parvis starts to walk forward. He's now 30 feet into this cave, which is 80 feet long. So it's just shy of halfway down this cave. He says, "Look," and points at the very edges of the stone where there is tiny sparks, like so small. They're the kind of sparks that you'd get from a bonfire, but tiny, and there's only a few of them, but they seem to be kind of falling into the center. This is the way. But it is still.
Any idea how to open it up?
I can try. I've seen these things.
Maybe it's blood like the entrance to these caves.
Perhaps.
Kobold blood.
Don't say that with so much relish. This is a new word I've learned.
Parvis wants to pick his way forward. Is anyone going to go with him? Wants to try and... You're going to go with him, right?
I'll go with them both.
And you get to the edge of the water. And Parvis, what's Parvis's strength score? Yeah, you can just about do it. He runs to the edge of the water and jumps over this 5-foot stretch of water and lands on the island. Very small, you can't get more than 2 or 3 people on there at a time. Do you go with him, mate? Mm-hmm. So it's the 2 kobolds. Anyone else who wants to jump on, or are the rest of you?
I'm going to stand at the edge, ready to jump
edge of the water.
if I need to.
What
But
about Radian? What about...
At the edge of the water, but I feel like this is a kobold thing.
The back there.
And Parvis takes a blade, opens that same cut.
That is the same.
I does the same and places it on the gate, on the stone. And there is... You watch as the stone starts almost imperceptibly at first to vibrate. And then there is a noise. A great swell beneath the deep water. And something rises, huge, from the depths. That's where we'll take it.
Hi, I'm Aoife Wilson, the personification of what would happen if the spirit of a Dickensian street urchin haunted the body of a 90s supermodel. Other than having a disturbing interest in the frightening reality of a parrot's tongue, seriously, look it up, and a deep obsession with ranking the configurations of my D&D group's likelihood of surviving various apocalyptic scenarios, I also have a great passion about something that I wanted to talk to you about today, a subject that is very close to my heart. The historically inconvenient disease, scurvy. Look, I hate to break it to you, it's back. And now I'm told, for legal reasons, it never left. As a person who's had scurvy 5 times in the past month alone, I know what an annoying hindrance it could be to rolling that perfect D20, and also to minor improv. Like you, I've been there. My maritime duties have finally come to an end, but I just can't shake the scurv. What's worse is that I've got game night coming up with the squad, and the last thing they want to deal with is a scurved up mean girl with nothing but a limp wrist, easy ladies, a flammable Primark blouse, easy Ben, and a dream. But I tell you what works to truly keep Dr. Scurv at bay. Today's sponsor, lemons. Better yet, 2 lemons. Dare I say 3? No, I'm kidding, of course. Swallowing 3 lemons in a fit of medically induced passion is decidedly unattractive in today's economy. That's the kind of act that will get you thrown out of even the seediest of Whole Foods. 2 lemons is just the ticket. And I recognize that many of you have already been mainlining limes for years. I mean, why wouldn't you? That's what mainstream media wanted you to believe. Limes are sexy. Big Lime thought they had it all wrapped up, but not on my watch. Read my mouth. Limes are for losers. So do yourself a favor. Buy a lemon today, and don't just shift your scurv. Look like an absolute badass while doing it. Lemons. Limes with the training wheels off.
And we're back. This great big green squelchy, yucky, spiky bastard comes out of the water. Ugh. Everybody roll initiative. Okay. A 25 or higher. A 20 or higher.
A dirty 20.
21.
Dirty 20 and a 21. Okay, so. And then a dirty 20. A 15 or higher?
19.
19?
15.
15. 15 from I. A 10 or higher.
A gentleman's 12.
A gentleman's relish.
Bringing up the rear.
Don't encourage him.
Bring up the gentleman's rear.
Bring up
love
the gentleman's rear.
Oh, and for you, thank you. Yes.
Oh yeah, roll
Oh,
initiative.
no, I don't have to roll.
No, he's on-
initiative for
he's
him.
on yours,
he's
yeah.
Yeah, use a 2.
You is a 2.
Thank you for reminding me.
It's okay.
Thank you.
You is a 2. Okay. Here's how this is going to work. Parvis is going to... I didn't roll for Parvis.
I'm not reminding you for that one.
No, don't worry. Okay. Parvis is going to use his action every round to make an Arcana check. He needs to get to a certain number, at which point the gate will be fully functioning and working. He will have to do this over multiple rounds. Every time he rolls, his score will be added to his previous total. There are 2 things that you can do on your turn. You can either take your turn as normal, attack whatever's in front of you, and fight, or if you wish to choose to spend your turn helping Parvis, and I'm going to say you don't need to be occupying the same space or stood on the island to do this. You can +2 to whatever he rolls that round. And you could all do that. So potentially Dolly and I and Kel and Elowin can add 2. Radian, because he has proficiency in Arcana, will add 5 because he'll add his proficiency bonus to his 2. And then if Parvis rolls a nat 20, he'll add an additional 3 to whatever he rolled. So he has a plus... I believe he has a +7. He has a +7 to Arcana, so he can potentially roll 30. If he rolls a nat 20, I'll add his 7, and I'll add another 3 for the roll. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Yeah.
Cool. Kel.
Ooh, am I first in the initiative?
You are first in the initiative.
When did you just realise that?
When you rolled, when you did a 21.
I know, but I didn't know what the creature rolled.
Yeah,
That's
very
fair.
fair.
That is
That
very
is
fair.
Parvis in your defense.
Or Parvis, yeah.
Yes.
I stand corrected.
Yeah.
You guys all
No, I'm sorry.
like I don't know what I'm doing.
He said, fiddling nervously with his hands on his shirt. You got no amulet in real life, baby. You can't see it.
Ain't no shit stick to me.
So this, for the benefit of people who are listening, although I would say it would be good for you to go and look on YouTube if you have the opportunity to get a sense of what this is. This creature has reared up from the depths of the water just behind the island on which Parvis and I have placed their bloodied hands onto the stone frame, which is the so far not functioning gate. The rest of the group are 5 feet away from the island across a narrow strip of water. As I look at it from the back of the space, it is Kelness with Hank, Radiant to his right, Eloin to his right, and Dolly to her right. All on the edge of the water. Kel, it is your turn.
Okay. As a bonus not as a bonus action. I'm trying to think what order I want to do this in. I can't do that. Right, what I want to do is I want to command Hank
Yes?
to... I don't know if he can do both of these things. He probably can't. I'm going to command Hank to move over to the right, just a couple spaces, and kind of try to draw the attention of the creature
Okay.
and spit a fire seed at him
time.
as well.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's the return of Grabby Hands.
And Hank is the toughest one to start with.
Oh, you think that? You wait till you see you.
Oh
Oh,
no!
No, that's
got
where he
it.
wants to be.
A little fallen Hank.
Hank has a mind of his own.
So Hank moves 10 feet across diagonally to the right.
Yep.
I'm going to say he actually technically takes his turn immediately after yours, but I'm going to say this is fine because it's going to be him afterwards anyway. So whichever way you want to organize it, you can.
Okay. And, well, I'll wait then. I'm going to cast Entangle on the creature.
Okay.
It's a classic.
Can you read me the language of Entangle, please?
Yes, I
We
have
get
to
it
remind
tied up.
myself as well. Entangle. Grasping weeds and vines sprout from the ground in a 20-foot square starting from a point within range. So I just cast it on him and
Yep.
towards us a little bit.
Yep.
The creature must succeed on a strength saving throw or be restrained.
Okay. He has
So it's a check against my spell save
spell
DC.
save DC. I think I should do some of these in the tower.
You must.
Because I think it's more fun.
Yeah.
So, let's do his strength save.
So many
Big
of
creature.
the community people have bought these towers now because of our visceral reaction to its behaviour.
He has a +6 to strength saving throws.
Oh, man.
He's a big boy, and indeed a beefy boy. That's a 6 becomes a 12.
Fails.
Fails. Okay. So it's
and-
very hard for me to actually put a mark around him, but he is he is
Like a life
considered
buoy.
restrained.
And
ring
Hank
was
spits a fire seed at him to draw its attention.
Okay, so make that attack for Hank.
I haven't done this with Hank in a while. It's just an attack. But he gets, what does he take?
So it's your spell attack
Flame
modifier to hit.
Siege, ranged weapon. It is 1d6 plus PV fire
So
damage.
you just you
So it's
make an
just a-
attack as if it's you.
As if it's a ranged attack,
Yep,
so
a ranged
dex.
attack using your spell attack modifier.
My spell attack modifier.
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
It's a 17.
17 hits.
Just.
And that's 1d6 plus a proficiency bonus in fire damage.
Yep. And your proficiency bonus is a 3 at level 7.
Yep. So that's 2 damage plus 3, so 5.
5 damage.
Had a moment of arithmetic failure there. My brain short
Well, we
circuits.
never would have
don't.
known. You covered it marvelously.
Terrible at it.
So, Kel, is there anything else you want to do? Any movement you want to take?
No, I'm going to stay where I am
Stay
for
where you
now.
are. Okay. So it is restrained. That is the end of Kel's turn. That is a lair action.
Fuck.
Have we done lair action?
Yes, Medea.
Oh yeah, with Medea.
A lair de car.
Who would like to roll a d4 for me?
I do.
Oh, Jesus.
No.
Okay. No, I
Yeah,
don't.
go on.
No, I don't. I'm
Go
going
on.
to sit here.
Go on, Starr.
Sip my water.
2. Find out when we
There
want to.
is a bubbling under the water.
You did this.
It farted.
And 2
Honey, it could have been
small
4.
Little froglets.
fungus-ridden froglets emerge either side
Holy.
of the island in the water.
I hate ads.
Little funguses on them. That one's so cute.
Prefer Hank.
He's giving it the old razzle dazzle over here.
He is, yeah.
So those are called 1 and 2, and they are going then. For now, they don't do anything. That is Elowen's turn. You now have these 2 smaller, toady, froggy creatures covered in multicolored mushrooms in front of you.
How deep is that water?
You don't know.
If I'm going off the map, I'm not going to be able to reach that one with a melee attack. The little froggy thing that's kind of in front of Dolly and I.
No, you're not going to be able to. You have a range of 5 feet on a melee attack.
Yeah.
They would be 10 feet.
10 feet. Fine. I'm going to just take my bow out, I suppose, and loose an arrow at the little froggy thing in front of me.
Okay.
Oof. And that is a... that is a 12.
Misses. It's a frog, but it ain't that frog.
Yeah, it isn't that frog. Oof. That's even worse. That's a 11.
That hit? No. Yeah, that misses.
Just taken aback.
She's taken aback by the presence of small fungal frogs. You go on.
Bonus action. Would I be allowed to grab a rock from the floor and throw it into the water to see if I can get an idea of depth?
The water's got to be deep enough to hide.
Yeah, yeah. Why not? I'll allow you to roll me an investigation check. Use that, and you can roll an investigation check to see.
No, that's a 4.
Okay. So as these things spring out, you knock one arrow after the other and aim for the frogs, the frog toads in front of you.
Me and arrows, I swear to God.
And it's as if this thing, as rising from the water, like leaps exponentially higher than you were anticipating. Your first shot misses the mark going under it, and then it kind of comes back down, slamming into the surface of the water. And as the spray is thrown up, you fire another arrow, and this one, by the time the spray clears, you realize has whizzed over its head and embedded itself in the cave wall behind. That is Dolly's turn.
So I want to start moving around the outside of the perimeter of the water. I want to start moving towards the biggin.
Okay. So you want to move to my right. So you want to move kind of from my point of view clockwise.
Yeah, whichever way is going to get
How many? As far as you can go?
As far as I can go.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Do you want to be right on the edge of the water? Or are you happy?
I'll be on the edge of the water. Yeah. Being so bad.
As she falls over.
No, we've been practicing.
She does stack it though.
Yeah, she stacks
She
it.
does. She stacks it. She acts like this. I described the sort of the slightly patchy nature of the floor here and how your heel gets caught.
God damn
Your
it.
killer stiletto gets caught in the.
Ankle. Ow, turning over. Well, as I'm doing that, I'm looking over my shoulder bit at Ella and being like, "You got that one right." And casting bardic inspiration. And then that's all I'm gonna do.
Okay. Is that your action to give bardic?
No, it's bonus action, but I'm not gonna use my action at the moment, I don't think.
Okay. You want to hold an action? Or you just don't want to use it?
No, I just don't want to use it yet.
Okay, totally up to you. That is the big toady boy's turn. Big toady boy.
You're my big toady boy.
You're my big toady boy.
I love you very much.
Don't ever tell me that you're not. That is.
Boy, can you get it up?
Toady boy. It is restrained So all it can really do, your speed is 0. And it is going to use a strength check against... You're going to make a strength check against your spell save DC. That's all it can do with its action, as it is restrained. It has a +6, rolls a 3, becomes a 9. This thing is still restrained. That is... Let me see if there's anything that it can do. I just want to do a little bit of measuring. From here. 1. Okay, that's 10 feet. 1, 2, 3, that's 20 feet. Okay. Ice 10.
What Parvis is doing, does that count as casting a spell?
Tell me why you're asking the question and I'll tell you. Essentially, I'm not sure it's why. I feel like I'm about to say no to something, which I very rarely do, so try me.
If he's not casting a spell, he doesn't deal any damage, doesn't make an attack roll. If I touch him and cast invisibility, if it's not a spell, he's invisible. He doesn't lose that invisibility.
Yeah, that's fine. Yeah, that's fine. He can go invisible. Yeah, great.
Great. So I put my hand on Parvis's shoulder. I look at him and I say, "You focus, I fight."
Very
and
nice.
I cast it at 2nd level. Okay. I'm going to jump back over.
So you're invisible as well?
No, I'm going to jump back over. And I'm going, so I've cast it on a creature I touch.
Oh, it's a 2nd level spell.
Yeah,
Sorry,
so I
thought you were upcasting.
No. Yeah, so 2nd level spell, using it at a higher level spell slot, I can target 1 additional creature.
Okay.
And I turn around, I jump over, and I touch Radiant, and I say, "You helps as well." And I cast invisibility on Radiant.
Nice one.
Oh.
Yeah, I feel like you want to say no.
Well, because technically you're using your movement and splitting, and you're kind of... It's a range of touch, which shouldn't really have movement in it. But I will let you, because I think it's cool as hell.
Okay.
It's cool as hell, so I'll let you do it. So, your boy Parvis is now hidden.
Ew.
Radiant is hidden. Where does you, the owl, go?
Rolling a d10 for my clicky heels.
Where does you, the owl, go?
Well, because he's further down the...
of course. I forgot he's not tied to you.
I get 4 turns.
Great.
Of the speedy boyness. I think
You used 5 feet of movement to jump, so detract that from your doubled speed. So you normally have
30, so I've got
60,
I've got
you now have
55.
55 feet, which is 11 of these squares.
I think I would like to go, for those who are listening, there is almost like a stalagmite that has been chopped in half.
Oh, the chopped in half one actually would be reaching the ceiling.
Oh, it is
of
reaching
thing,
the
so
ceiling.
That goes all the way up to the ceiling of the cave.
Okay, cool.
I mean, technically, it makes it look like the creature is too big.
This one, which is lower.
That one has been chopped in half.
Okay, great. Then I would like to almost get basically just sort of like behind it.
Yeah.
If I need to get on top of it, I can, but I'm just going to kind of stay behind it.
Mm-hmm. So I'll say you have total cover, but you're not.
I'm not hidden.
Considered hidden.
Yeah. Cool.
Great. The toad is going to use a legendary action. It's going to use 2 of its legendary actions, in fact, to lash out a tongue towards Dolly.
Sure, hon.
That is a cocked. That's a 27 to hit.
And it does.
8, 12. That's 18 piercing damage and 5 necrotic damage.
Okay, I will cast Hellish Rebuke.
Okay?
That's a dex save.
Dex save. It has a +1, and it rolled a nat 1.
Brilliant. So that is 3d10 fire damage.
Very nice.
Let's see.
Sometimes it pays to get hit, you know?
Oh, sorry, that is only one of its legendary actions.
What the hell is that?
I love those ones. They're so hard to read.
That's the highest you can be,
Oh,
right?
ninth now. Oh, hello.
Hello.
That's 23.
23. Wow. Good for you.
Good for you. Remind me what my damage was again. It was.
Oh, goodness.
So
As soon as I've said them, they're out
So
my
sorry.
head. That's okay. Okay, that is Radian's turn.
Mm-hmm.
Radian, you are an Invisiboy. What?
You 2.
No.
Legendary.
No.
Okay.
Yeah, well, I'm an Invisiboy.
You're an Invisiboy.
So
Invisiboy.
So and I can't cast a spell because I'm gonna stay invisi.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm gonna go over and I'm gonna. Has he done anything yet? Has Parvis?
He hasn't. It's his turn immediately after you, actually.
I'm gonna hold my action until after he's done something, and then I'm gonna add whatever I have to that.
How do you want to make your way across the water?
I'm gonna jump.
And if you want to.
I do, yeah.
Okay.
Misty step for a jump.
Yeah, immediately goes visible.
You said that it's kind of like focusing, right? You know what I'm
Yes, so
gonna do?
you can do it from where you are.
Great, then I'm gonna stay exactly where I am, and
Yeah.
I'm gonna hold until I see what Parvis does, and then I will assist him in that.
Great. Now the toady boy is going to use another legendary action.
Sorry, can he see what Parvis is doing? Parvis is invisible too.
I think the verisimilitude of this is fine.
Yeah.
As I walk past Radiant, I go,
He's roughly over there.
This toad was aware that Parvis was next to the thing, and now he has disappeared. And so he is going to roll an attack with disadvantage using another legendary action to try and hit him with his tongue. Oh, and he should be rolling with disadvantage. Ooh. I'd like you to halve your damage that you took on that. He should have been rolling with disadvantage, and I forgot because he's restrained.
Oh.
So that's my mistake. We'll call it. I'll tell you what. Roll me a luck check. If you roll a 9 or lower, you take half damage. Higher than that, you take no damage. 13. You took no damage from that last thing. That was entirely my fault. You also get your hellish rebuke back. I am going to put that HP back on him though, because that was just a mistake.
No, that was so good.
It was really
Was
good.
a really good hellish rebuke.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Roll me another luck check.
3.
Oh, I was going to say next time you do hellish rebuke, you can automatically do that much.
Oh.
That was a mistake from me.
That's
So
fun,
I'll
though.
do what I
That
can to
was
give you
a cool way of doing
some little treats.
That's
some
fun.
little
That's
treats.
treaty.
So what he's going to do is he's going to roll with disadvantage to try and get Parvis. He's seen Parvis disappear. He doesn't know where Parvis has gone, but disadvantage doesn't stack. So he's just going to roll with disadvantage to try and get Parvis with his tongue. He rolls a 28 or 22. So he is going to get Parvis with his tongue. Parvis is a lucky boy. Obviously, none of you have been hit by the tongue at this point, so none of you have got any idea how or what it works. I could roll anything, right? That is biggie wookie woo. That is that's the wrong die.
You're doing great.
That is
You're doing great, sweetie.
21, 25 damage to Parvis. That is fortunate because Parvis doesn't have to maintain concentration on anything. It's not going to be a spell. We're going to treat it like a spell. If Parvis takes damage while concentrating on this ritual, he'll have to roll a concentration check. If he fails, however much he's put into it will drop by 10.
Ooh.
If he drops to 0, he starts again.
Oh no. Okay, we gotta keep him topped up.
That is Parvis's turn. Let's see how Parvis does.
Oh, Big P.
I'll roll it in the. Go on, Big
Don't
P.
do that.
Please
Don't say that.
please.
Never
Let's
say
roll
that.
it.
Now
Let's
that you
roll
said I
it.
can't, I'll
Let's
say
roll it
more.
in this.
I leans out from behind the stalagmite, might just.
Breaks cover, worth it.
Yeah.
Go on, in it goes.
That's a 9, becomes a 16. So
That thing's cursed. I swear.
Yeah, I'm telling
Never
you.
rolls above a 10.
16. So you, from where Parvis is, you sense this kind of arcane force begin to emerge. And you watch as the center of the gate starts to shimmer, almost like a heat haze in a desert. The light, the color just becoming marbled and almost flickering in and out. Is this what you are holding your action for?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
So as a result of you having proficiency, you add 5 to it.
Yes.
Which takes the total to 21. And you hear, as Radiant's energy is added to Parvis, a wind starts to pick up from within this gate. That is... What? That is these toads' turn. One of these toads is going to go for Elowin on the shore. Let's see what it can do. Ah, okay, this is fun.
Should I take off the hidden from Parvis?
No.
Did he not? He didn't lose it?
No.
When he was hit?
Yeah, because I don't want you to be wet. So essentially, that was why I was umming and ahhing about it.
Sorry.
So that is the toad on, as I look at it, the right, which is the squatter, more rotund, but we ain't into shaming people here, is going to shoot out its own mini tongue. And as it does so, this sort of dart, this barb, flies out at Elowin. Is your armor class higher or lower than a 7?
It's higher.
It's higher. Okay, that's good for me to know. I'll write that down. The second one is going to try and do the same thing at Kel, and this one is a 19 to hit.
That hits.
That hits. So Kel, you take 5 piercing damage, and I would like you to roll me a Constitution saving throw.
6.
Kel, you are poisoned. You take 5 poison damage, and you are paralyzed. You can repeat the saving throw at the end of your turn. So essentially you will miss a round and can repeat that throw at the end to see if you can break away from the effects of the paralysis.
Can I maintain my concentration?
Oh, that's a great question. You are incapacitated. Your concentration is broken. I am afraid. So this creature
It's broken free.
Don't be afraid.
is broken
Broken
free.
free.
Is no longer
We don't
restrained.
think that much.
That is Yu's turn.
Go on, honey.
I would like
Take this
you
boy down.
to...
I would like you to deal the killing blow.
Holding my action.
I'm holding my action till he's on 1 HP.
One day.
Yeah, I would like you... I'm trying to decide between if I want him to kind of try and distract the biggie boy, or if it's more useful just to tie, because he's not going to do anything much, just to tie up the lesser ones.
Alex, he's DPS. You've just got to get that boy. Just
Heavy hitter. I am going to fly him right up in the face of the big boy.
Right up in the big boy's grill.
Right up in the big boy's grill.
Over here, perhaps, right next to him.
Yeah, and screw it, he might as well attempt and take a scratch, which would deal, if he does hit, 1 slashing damage.
Love it. Love it for him.
So he gets a +3 to this attack roll.
Minor inconvenience.
It all adds up.
Okay,
So that's
should we carry on?
7, yeah.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
he just kind of goes...
We'll just carry on. You goes to dig into it, and you can see, you breaks a claw, breaks a nail. This thing's hide is surprisingly tough for what looks to be this fleshy, mucusy thing. It's like armor. It's like a natural armor. What else can you do anything else with Yu's turn?
I mean, other than flying out of it, but I kind of want to be close to him.
Want to be close to
yeah.
him. That is... This creature has 1 more legendary action. And
You is a legend.
You is a legend. I think
think he's going to make an attack at you. You might lose the bird, baby, but you did make an attack. It's a 16.
I think that might hit, yeah.
Hey, that's about as low as it can roll, so I was kind of hoping for you. How many HP does it have?
It's a hit and he's done.
Okay, I'm afraid you is out of commission. Now, would you like to have you with you?
Yeah, 100%.
I don't know how to do this without throwing you.
Okay.
Imagine if you killed Croak with this script.
So I'm going to just cross you out of the order. We go back round to the top of the order. That is Kelness's turn. You are paralyzed, so you can't take any bonus action or reaction. But what you can do is, at the end of your turn, because you can't do anything else, re-roll your Constitution save and see if you break the paralyzed condition.
Okay. Can I also still command Hank?
Am
I paralyzed in voice as well as body?
You can't speak. It's part of incapacitated. No, we've literally been through this on this thing actually, so I feel really confident about being no.
Okay, well, yeah, obviously I need to...
So let's roll your Constitution saving throw.
Mm-hmm. 14.
Passes. You are no longer poisoned. That is a lair action. Someone else roll me a d4.
Someone. Go on, Aoife.
You wanted to do it so badly.
3.
The worst thing imaginable.
More of these.
Oh my god.
Your face! Your face!
Well, I'm invisible. I'm having a great time. I'm having a good look. I'm having a good look at Portal and making it appear.
Emerge
You do
from
this.
the water.
I'm going to need some
So, they are going to go in at here.
Fireball.
I'll do it.
From the shadows you hear, I won't hold it against you.
That is Elowin's turn.
I'm going to try and move around towards Dolly.
Mm-hmm.
I'll go as far as I can.
Great. There are now 5 of these smaller froggy toady boys in play.
And I'm
a bit nervous about that sword with old grabby hands, and I haven't had much sleep. Oh no.
You've made it
I'm
worse.
going to do it the old-fashioned way.
Hat.
The hat way. Give the people who had their wand. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Yep, so I've got 30 feet.
Or you can be here. I mean, you can be right on the waterline, or you can be just a little bit back from it.
I want to be within 5 feet of Dolly, so.
You are within 5 feet.
That's all I care about.
Friendship.
Power of friendship.
Power of friendship, and also
Power of interception.
The power of D&D mechanics. Rather than anything so soft as a feeling.
I guess I will try these bow and arrow again, which is so far, I'm now on 9 in a row missing.
So in the corner that you are, there's the big beefy one who was near you, who you've moved away from. There were the 2 smaller ones who are in that corner where you and Dolly are. There's the big one, and then there are 2 on the far side of the island.
The smaller one that's closest, because I haven't done damage to the original one, so I'm going to go for the one that's kind of closest to Dolly and I.
Great, sort of in the kind of facing into the corner where you both are.
Oh, that's so much better. That is a 26.
Okay. Hits.
God. I haven't done this in a while, so this is a D8. And that is, then it hits for 10.
Okay.
Then I'll have another. That's so much nicer. That's 24.
Hits.
And that hits for 9.
Okay. This thing's looking quite hurt. Still up.
That's fine for now.
That was with the bow?
Yes.
Anything else you would like to do with your turn?
No, because I've only got a bonus action and I'm not using second wind, so.
Great.
And I can't hit those with my dagger, so I ain't throwing it.
At the end of your turn, this creature's the big toady boy is going to make a tongue attack at Dolly again. That's a 23 to hit.
Dang, he's rolling well.
Oh, it didn't very well on damage. It's 2, a 4, and a 1, which is 7 plus 6, which is 13. And a 1 on the necrotic damage. So
And I will
14
intercept
damage.
that attack, and I will do a 1d10.
So it's 14 before the deduction, which
Yes,
is 1d10
exactly.
plus 3.
That's my d10. That's my d10. And that takes it down to... I reduce it by 12.
Wow.
And then I'm going to place my hand on her sword, and I'm going to Hellish Rebuke, send the flames.
Okay. So you're dragging your HP.
I've done it.
I've got, because I completely forgot how much damage it did. Yeah, Hellish Rebuke, 3d10, right?
At the level I'm casting. Okay, so not as good as last time, but a 14.
A 14.
Yeah.
This thing, you watch as the flames kind of lick all over its body, and it's covered in this stringy, almost this sort of stringy, mucusy fluid. And you see that it burns and sort of crystallizes and forms like a hard shell that seems to like penetrate into the flesh of this creature, and it sort of shakes it off, and this dried mucus falls down into the water like a glue gun that you've kind of like sort of rubbing glue off hands.
Yeah.
Like a fantasy reference there for everybody. That is Dolly's turn.
So I'm going to look towards this thing, hesitate for maybe a little minute, but I'm going to keep moving towards it. I'm going to move right up against it. My eyes are going to glow yellow again. I'm going to reach out my hand and touch it and just say, despair. I'm casting Bestow Curse on it.
Okay, what does it need to roll?
It needs to roll a... What is it on? It needs to roll a... wisdom saving.
Wisdom saving, so it has a +5. It rolls, that's cocked. A 4 becomes a 9.
So, now, it is cursed.
Okay.
And while cursed, the target must make a wisdom saving throw at the start of each of its turns. If it fails, it's going to waste its action doing nothing.
Okay. Let me see if I can find a cursed. I can find a cursed.
I like this one because it's quite easy to just hang the rings off.
Yeah, it's really good. It's really good. It's like hoopla.
It's like the game of ring toss we were playing with Bennett.
Yeah, it is, absolutely, yeah. That is the toad's turn. It needs to roll
Wisdom
a
saving.
wisdom saving throw. Nat 20.
Oh, the truck.
So it can act as normal. It can take its action as it normally would. It is going to, because you are right next to it, make a bite at you. That's a 24.
Actually, is it too late?
What?
For me to call on the deck of many friends?
Arguably too early.
No.
No, you can call on the deck of many friends.
Let's go.
Okay, let's call on the deck.
Get your deck out.
Get your deck out for the lads. Don't repeat that. That's not normal. Okay.
Holy shit.
Tell me when to start.
The one you're about to, that one there.
The whispers coalesce into a single word, a name, and they say, Niven. That is an 11, which still hits, but is lower than what you had initially. And you watch as this humanoid, but not a humanoid that you have ever seen before. I'm going to put some more whispers on. Covered in patches of hair, weary, heavy eyes. And they have sort of multiple layers of asymmetric fabric that have been torn and renewed and torn and sewn back together over this muscular but jaded frame. They have these elements that are almost animalistic on them, and they emerge with a bow and arrow across their back, and they say,
A chance to right some wrongs at last.
I'm not going to tell you what's going to happen yet, because you hear a second.
Oh no!
Whisper.
No!
I will have my satisfaction. And Erastus Gracie again tries to emerge from the deck. You do not get to choose whether or not Erastus is going to emerge. Erastus wants to emerge. I'd like you to roll me a d20 and add 1 for Niven. I'm going to roll a d20 and add 3 for Erastus. Nat 1.
Thank you, Tower. Thank you, Tower.
I rolled a 17.
A 17. So Erastus emerges skeletal,
Human.
these daggers in his hands, and you see that as he starts to emerge, twirling from the pack, from the deck, there is a look that comes over Niven's face. They bare their teeth, and they leap with inhuman strength and speed into the air, and the two of them become a whirl of teeth and daggers and claws and flashing eyes. And you hear a great extended breath from Erastus, and he disappears back into the deck. Here's how Niven works. Niven, everyone roll me a d4. What do we get?
1.
1.
2.
2.
2.
2.
3.
3.
2.
Okay. Within 1 round, or 2 rounds, or 3 rounds, you can choose at any point to have a long rest instantly.
Wow. Wow.
That's Niven, baby.
Wow.
This attack still hits. It will still do its damage. But you've got a little bit of a backup now.
Is that dependent on what you individually roll?
Yes, so if you rolled a 2, you can take it any time within the next 2 rounds. If you rolled a 3, you can take it any time within the next 3. Essentially, it means if you're a caster, you can burn through high-level slots, put yourself in danger knowing you can get everything back. That is 20 piercing damage plus 2 necrotic damage, 22 damage total to Dolly as it bites down on you. That now it has one of its. It also takes a spiked tongue attack. It is going to go for Elowen. It has seen Elowen fire some. Actually, can it reach? It might not be able to reach.
Good.
There's a range of 20 feet. Well, it'll just go for Dolly. 1,
Oh,
2,
no, wait.
3, 4.
I'm within.
It can't get to Elowen. It'll go for Hank. It takes a spiked tongue attack at Hank. Ooh.
I cast. Where is it? I cast Spiny Shield on Hank. I can do that because he's bound to me. It's a reaction, and it reduces any potential damage to Hank and causes damage to the attacker.
Brilliant.
Do you know when you take chihuahuas out for a walk and they've got to wear those fluorescent jackets with the spikes on? That is now what I imagine.
Let's make an attack. Let's roll the damage because it did hit, and then you tell
What did
me.
it roll for?
Pardon?
For the attack?
26.
Oh yeah.
That is 15. 18 damage to Hank in total. That's how much damage the attack does.
And then what I do is
Also, shout out to Johnny Chiodini.
Johnny Chiodini.
Oh, is this Johnny's?
They made Niven.
I was waiting for you to finish for turn, so I could be like, can you tell us who Niven was?
So what this does is it creates a spiky barrier, and I roll 2d4, and it reduces Hank's damage by...
I said 18, didn't I?
Yeah, 18. Yeah. It reduces Hank's damage by whatever 2d4 is and causes the same amount of damage to the attack.
Brilliant.
Cool.
I love these little kind of...
All right. It's only 2.
Okay, 2 damage. So Hank takes 16 damage. You track his HP for me, please. And then this creature takes 2 damage. That is... Whose turn was that? That's the turn. It's still the Toad's turn. Oh, it's going to do something I'm really sorry about, but I think is very cool.
It's still the Toad. Okay, yeah.
Yes, the Toad has 3 attacks. Okay, I'd like you to make a dexterity saving throw.
$24.
24 passes. Okay. This is fun. I think it's fun. It death rolls onto you.
Oh, ew.
It rolls like an alligator or a crocodile does. It rolls its entire spiked body over you. That's 9, 16, 18 damage, halved to 9 damage, 9 bludgeoning damage. It essentially pushes you out of the space that you are in and takes, on a success, you're pushed out.
Okay.
I won't tell you what happens on a fail until someone maybe fails.
Oh, God.
That is Ai's turn. You haven't seen any of this, right? You're hiding behind a pillar. You've just heard these noises of battle, this fighting. Niven is sort of prowling around, sometimes on their hind legs, sometimes on all fours, snarling and snapping at this toad, seemingly unable to do more.
Yeah. It's a risk. Okay. I would like to reach up my hand and colour spray.
Great.
And I would like to move.
Oh yeah, you've got all your double movement as well.
Yeah.
You can move yourself anywhere.
Yeah. I would like to position myself. I'm wondering if... Basically, what I'm worrying is, do I want to try and go for the smaller guys, or is it worth risking? Because if I try and colour spray just him, if his HP is higher than the amount that I roll, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
So that's why I'm...
Can you hit multiples, or is it
I
like...
can hit multiples, but it goes up. So for every...
Oh, so if you add like 3, you'd add the HP of the 3 together. Okay.
Yeah, it goes up for each.
So only one of these creatures has been damaged, and it is the one that's in the corner nearest Elowen.
Okay, the portal that is being opened.
Yes.
To those who can't see because they're listening, it's a sort of a little cave, kind of like
a trapezoid. Yeah.
Yeah. Am I able to pass through that while the thing is being done, or can I? Do I have to?
You don't know.
In that case, then, I'm going to use my movement. I'm going to run around to be on that side.
So you're going to jump across the water, run around, get to the other side.
Yeah. And I would like to colour spray in a 15-foot cone the 3 toady boys in front of me.
You want
to... It's like a 15-foot cone.
Where are the 3 toady boys in front of you?
Is it 15 like this, or does it have to be straight ahead in front of me 15? Do you see what I'm saying? So if I'm so I can't put myself where I want to be here.
Oh, okay.
Oh, it's because you can't reach.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Sorry, I was a bit confused as to where you're getting 3 from. So you'd like to be here,
to like
having gone round, and you'd like to see if
15-foot cone
hit
the 3 little toady boys.
I think that's a bit wider than.
Is it a bit wide?
A little bit wider. Yeah, I think it's sort of. They would need to be sort of one in. You can definitely hit these 2. Definitely.
then yeah, I will. I mean, he's kind of. Is that too wide to go for? Fuck it. He's gonna be higher than like 60. Yeah, I'm gonna go for those two then.
Okay.
I'm gonna, as it's just those two, I'm not gonna do second level. I'm only gonna do first level, which is 6d10, not 8. So can I get? You've got.
I've got some here.
3d10.
Here's one. You want one of mine?
All good.
People like to take them from the DM. You take them from the party, baby.
All good. There we go. Okay.
Thought I had a die in there.
So 9, 17, 20, 25, 30, up to 37 HP I can hit. Does that get to hit both of them or just one of them?
It has to
it's lowest, then high.
Lowest to highest.
Yeah, so it starts with the lowest.
You kill the one that
It doesn't kill.
it
blinds.
blind the one that Eloin was attacking, but it doesn't quite have. You don't quite have enough to do that to the other.
Okay, so the one that I just got then, is blinded until the end of my next turn. Then that was 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. So I have enough, in that case then, to move back around this side. And bonus action, I would like to hide.
Yeah, you can hide. You can hide up next to the gate.
Which, unless it is a 1, it's not.
Great.
So I genuinely enjoy your action economy. Like,
action economy.
It's super interesting.
Do you mind if you just remember that you're hidden? You're very good at it, and I would like you to, rather than me just add markers to everything.
Yeah.
Okay. That is eyes. The toad hasn't used any of its legendaries yet.
I feel like it's
done enough.
Yeah, I feel like
It's gonna make an attack now.
It hasn't used any legendaries.
Use one of them, I think.
Yeah, use on you.
Yeah, of course it has. It's going to use one at Eloin.
Okay.
26. That is it lashes its tongue out at you. Oof. Hey. 29 damage, 21 piercing, 8 necrotic.
Would I half that necrotic because I'm blighted? No, blighted does something to necrotic, doesn't it?
It does.
Yeah, but you haven't had any of those. You keep saving your Constitution saves against
okay,
blighted.
so
I forgot to make you both roll blighted. I'll tell you what you can do. You can roll a Constitution saving throw now. See if you're more blighted. If you are blighted, you'll roll me a Constitution saving throw.
That is a 15.
Yeah, you pass again. So no, you're not blighted, so you don't get to half this damage, unfortunately. But you're still not actually properly suffering from blight.
Okay.
You're keeping the symptoms at bay.
Okay.
I believe. Or did I say you had it?
I am blighted, but I have not
blighted.
failed to check it, so it hasn't affected my max HP. Unlike the kid next to me.
Yeah.
I'm a little kid.
I think in that case you do take half damage. You take half necrotic, so you take 4 points of necrotic. So you take 21 piercing and 4 necrotic. That is...
Harry, just before we move forward, can for myself, but also for listeners and watchers, with Niven's bonus to each of us.
Yes.
Does the round start again when we come back round to Dolly?
It'd be you have to take it by. You have to use an action to take it within your neck. How many did you roll?
2.
So you got 2 turns, 2 goes. Yeah.
In the slot, you've got a little slot to use. You can use it.
Yeah, but within how much?
2 turns. Two of Kelnis's turns. The next time I say it's Kelnis's turn, you can use it then, or the time after that, you can use it then.
And it counts as an action?
It'll be an action because you're getting everything back.
Yeah,
so I think it's a really good trade.
It's a pretty good one.
It's a pretty good trade, baby. Make sense?
Yep.
Cool. That is Radiant's turn.
I'd like you to make. Oh my God!
He's radiating hard.
So I'm gonna get rid of this. I'm gonna get rid of this invisibility.
It's
I'm
fair.
going to cast a spell.
Okay, so you can't help Parvis this round.
No, and I don't want to because I think I'm helping the team. Because my God, they need it.
All right.
Judgment.
I would like you to take a wisdom saving throw, please.
A wisdom saving throw, I'm guessing for the big boy.
Yeah.
For the big boy. He's a lovely big boy. That is a 16.
Damn it. Okay. That's fine. Nothing happens.
Wow.
Nothing happens.
Sorry, baby.
So I hides, looks back and just sees Radiant appear and do nothing. Just goes, well.
Sorry, man. 11 on the
I
die.
don't tell you what I'm casting yet,
Yeah.
so it's like nothing happens.
Totally.
Yeah.
That is the end of Radiant's turn. It's gonna make...
Does it have disadvantage? No, it doesn't.
No, because it was restrained, which would give it a disadvantage. It's cursed, which means in theory it can only... It can't do anything unless it passes its wisdom save, and it did pass its wisdom save, which also means it can take legendary actions. I'm going to say legendary actions...
They're not its turn, really.
No, but also I'm just going to say they don't happen because essentially they're attacks and they're things that it's doing. If it's cursed, I'm going to say it can't do anything. It's still a form of an action. It's going to take another legendary action, and it's going to go at Elowen again, I think. I change a winning formula. It's a nat 20. This might be a big boy. 5, 6. Oh, okay. I didn't
Silvery
roll.
barbs.
Sorry,
is it too late to do silvery
No,
barbs?
it's not too late to do silvery barbs. Great. It has to re-roll and take the next roll. 15.
I'm gonna give that advantage to Ellen.
Okay. It misses.
Can you explain that advantage to me?
Yeah, so you can use advantage on any of your next
roll.
attack. Yeah, any
Oh, amazing.
rolls. Yeah.
Thank you.
That is the new toads that have emerged, one of whom is blinded. And as a blinded creature, it has disadvantage on attacks, and attacks against it have advantage. It is going to shoot, fire a little barbed tongue thing at where it thinks Elowen is. Wow, again, a nat 20 and a 5.
Oh
That's so weird. So it misses. And then the others that emerged, one is going to shoot at Hank, the one over to the left. That is a 14 to hit Hank.
Hits.
That hits.
Or like anyone.
I cast Spiny Shield again.
Okay. So it will...
So 2d4.
Okay, well, it only does 2... It does 4 piercing damage. But hang on a sec, because just use a... Just roll a Constitution saving throw for Hank.
16.
Passes. So it will take half this. I'll give you all the damage that he's going to take across the two things. So I've got 4 already, plus 10, so 14 damage. Although he's not poisoned because he passed his Constitution saving throw. So now reduce it. Reduce the 14 by however much you have there.
5.
5. So he instead takes 9 damage.
And he does 5 damage to...
And 5 damage to... Oh, very nice. 5 damage to the toad, which I'm going to call the Hank toad. That is the other toad's turn, the unharmed toad, which is the one nearest the big froggy bastard. And it is going to do a little tongue barb at Dolly. That's an 18.
I'm not within 5 feet, right?
No. That is 6 piercing damage. And... 7 and 7 poison damage. Oh, can you roll me a... Oh, actually, I don't know if you're going to take all that yet. Can you roll me a Constitution saving throw?
That is dirty 20.
Okay, passes. So in fact, you only take 3 poison damage.
Good, because that was I would have been down to 1 HP.
Whoa. She's squishy. That is
Not that much anymore.
Parvis's turn. Come on, Parvis. Do good, chum. 2.
Do good, chum.
Plus a 7, which is 9, so it takes it up to that. You watch as the the gate, you're right up next to it, you watch as colours begin to flicker at the edges of that frame, like streaking in like darts or sparks. But as they get to the centre, they sort of dissipate, but you can sense that something is getting closer now. That is the other two toads. The big one that is going to go for Radian, because Radian has a wild Radian appeared. That's a 22 to hit. Oh, that is 3 piercing damage, and can you roll me a Constitution saving throw, please?
30.
Passes. So you take. That rolled really well. So you take 7 poison damage, and then the other one is going to go for Kel, I think. That is a 13 to hit. Misses. That is top of the order. Everything's back. Kel, that is your turn.
As a bonus action, I'd like to cast Healing Word on Dolly.
Yeah.
You're the one who's...
What's the range on Healing Word?
Do you know? I don't know.
It is
60 feet.
60 feet, yep, you can get that.
Okay, so is that 2d4 plus 5? It's 4. 9.
And is that with the doubled? Is that doubled? Because the new 2024 rules...
It's 2d4, it should be.
Parvis
Yeah, that's what I rolled, 2d4.
Right, gorgeous.
It's 9, yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you.
That's your bonus action.
Yeah, and I'm going to take a pot shot with the longbow at the mossy frog.
The one nearest you?
Nearest me,
Yep,
yeah.
Absolutely.
Six. That's an 18 to hit.
Hits.
It's 1d6 plus 3. 5 damage.
5 damage.
And then I want to command Hank to attack the same... Oh, how far apart are these guys?
They are... well, actually, technically, where's that square ending? They should be 5 feet from each other.
I'm going to command Hank to move in and in between them and immediately teleport out, causing...
dexterity saving throws from both of them. One of them gets a 6, the other one gets a 9, so they both fail.
So they take... Oh, sorry, I'm doing this fast and loose, I forget what...
They take 1d6 plus your 1d6 plus 3 fire damage.
Yeah. It's a 1.
So that's 1d6 plus 3. So it's 4.
4 damage each.
4 damage each. A little puff of fiery nonsense comes out of Hank, who then immediately teleports back to where he was, right?
Mm-hmm.
Great. Is there anything else you want to do?
I think that's all I can do.
Someone roll me a d4.
I'll do it. 2.
2. Oh my god.
I will run out of minis eventually.
I was gonna
Yo, 3 of you have AoE attacks.
Yeah, I know where I'm getting on it.
Now there are 7.
Okay, that's quite a few.
Frogs emerging. All in the water. I missed the beginning of this.
Fireball!
I don't know what this is.
Song. Pitbull.
Oh, I don't know. Pitbull loves. I've got no idea.
My entire TikTok is just women going to that concert in ball caps, and I'm loving it.
Okay. That is Elowin's turn.
Right, okay. I'm going to cast Second Wind as my bonus action to try and get some HP back, because why not? And that gives me 13 back.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to then move closer to Dolly.
Okay.
So I'll be just behind Dolly.
Just behind Dolly.
Oh, like to the one side, yeah. I'm then going to loose off an arrow at the one that's blinded.
Yep. Make an attack with advantage.
That crits.
Okay.
So
So roll it twice, add your modifier once.
Yeah, sorry. Did I have to use silvery barbs on that?
No.
No, so...
No, you don't have to use silvery
Yeah,
barbs.
so I didn't roll it with advantage, so I'm just going to...
How long does it last, silvery barb? I think it might be till the start of your next turn. I'm not sure.
Yeah, it's just the next attack roll, ability check, or saving throw it makes within 1 minute.
So you did have to use silvery barbs then.
Oh, okay.
On that one. But it doesn't matter.
Didn't matter.
It doesn't matter because you crit.
That hits for 11.
Yeah. Tell me about it.
Oh, I am... I am so mad that there's a lot of people at this party. There's no drama in it. I'm literally, as I loose the arrow, just going to shout, guys, we need to control the crowd here.
That bolt slams into the head of this toad.
Who sinks to the bottom of that lake.
Into the water.
And then I'm going to go, I'm going to crit again, and I'm going to go for the one nearest the big toad, the little one that's nearest him.
Yes, I see it.
No, that's not.
So that's roll your damage twice.
That hits for 13.
This is the one that Dolly has targeted.
Yes.
Or the one that's targeted Dolly. 13, okay.
And then I'm going to action surge.
Yeah.
Oof, that one, not as good. That is a 9.
Misses.
Okay. And then I can take both attacks, so I can hit again. Oh, that's a 9 again.
A nine with modifiers.
Nope. I rolled two 19s and 2 3s.
Wow. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
That is the way the cookie crumbles. Actually, though, I'm going to heroic inspiration that. I'm just going to re-roll it immediately.
Okay.
See what happens. And that becomes a 19.
Hey,
30.
hits.
Yep. And that hits for 6.
6. This toad, this great toad, sort of roars and lashes its tongue around. It's going to use a legendary action to make a tongue attack at you, Elowyn. That's a 26. A lot of 16s. That is 21 piercing and 2 necrotic, which I've already halved. So 23 total. That is Dolly's turn.
Just to clarify, I know you've said this before, but I just want to double check. So I rolled a 1 on Niven's dice, and it's now been 1.
Yes, so you need to take it now or
so
lose
I do
it.
need to take it now. Okay, fine.
You can still take movement.
Yeah.
And a bonus action, probably.
Yeah, I'll let you bonus action.
Okay, well,
You're never going to get this again. Do you know
True,
what I mean? So
I know
let's
exactly.
make it as cool as we can.
the AoE. Yeah. Okay. Well, I'll use my bonus action and I'll cast Healing Word at 4th level on Elowyn. Which
4th level.
Yeah.
What is that? That's
having a marvelous time together.
44.
Well, I just want to check that because of the new version.
Yeah, because I'm not really sure what the new.
So let's look up Healing Word. Increases by 2d4 for each slot above 1, so it's actually...
No, it's actually 5d4.
It's more than that, so it's 2d4 at 1st level, 4d4 at 2nd, 6 at 3rd, 8 at 4th. Increases by 2d4 per level above.
Yeah.
8d4 plus your spellcasting, plus your charisma.
It's never going to be
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
never going to be this good again.
Yeah. Everyone's going, I sort of thought this was my thing. Seem to be doing a lot of healing for yourself. Didn't realise it was quite so necessary.
4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 13, 15. 15 plus my charisma, which was...
Your charisma's 5, right? Or is your charisma 4?
Yeah, that's 5. 4.
So 19 healing damage. 19 healing damage. She slams it. She throws so many medipacks at you. You split your head open.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna take my long rest.
And take your long rest. You get everything back.
Lovely. That's nice. And then my next round.
You're gonna do some stuff. I swear to God, we're gonna do so much stuff.
So much stuff.
The toad is going to close its eyes and summons some kind of... You watch as drops of blight sort of rise from the bodies of its minions and from the mushrooms all around you, and they are sucked in towards this toad as if by a gravitational force, and it's going to regain some HP.
Stop
it. David.
So,
Yeah, but we've barely...
We've hardly done any damage to
All
it.
right, guys,
Oh,
come
we
on.
will,
Let's keep our hopes and spirits up. Come on.
That is its turn. It needs to roll a wisdom saving throw.
Hopes and spirits up.
You don't need to concentrate on bestow curse.
I do not. Do I? No, I do not. No, I do, actually.
So how many times have you taken damage since you cast that spell? Roll me. What was the last time you took damage? Do you track it?
The last time I took damage was from one of the little boys.
Okay. Roll me a Constitution saving throw. Let's say you have to beat. It's 10 because it'll be 10 or half the damage, whichever is greater.
It's an 18.
Okay. It rolls as 6, which becomes... I mean, it's not going to pass, I don't think. 6 becomes an 11.
Waste your action doing nothing, you jerk.
Okay. So does it say it wastes your action or it wastes your
Waste your
bonus
action.
Waste your action. Okay. I did not give it great action economy, and I'm not going to, as I say, I'm not going to let it use legendary action. So essentially, it does naffle. That is I's turn.
Amazing how I was so prepped for something and then it just changes midway through someone else's turn. Until when you did that heal, I was so ready to run up to you guys and make both of you invisible. And then I realised that would drop the invisibility on Parvis as well, though.
Oh, no, yeah.
We got it.
We'll be fine.
Exactly, and then you did that healing and everything. I'm like,
The girls are
they've
having a
got
great
it.
time. The
They've
girls are
got
going.
it, man. So instead, I'm literally just going to lean right round and pop off a shot at the big toady boy with my crossbow.
You are hidden, so you get advantage on the roll. Oh, no, you don't get advantage. Yeah, you do get advantage on the roll, right? From hidden.
Yeah. I'm hidden, and then I get sneak.
You know when sometimes it just becomes second nature.
Yeah,
when you
I
think
yeah.
about it, you're like, oh my god, how do I drive a car?
Yeah, that's a 27.
27 hits.
Yeah. So that's 7 plus 1d8 plus 6. God, you also don't think about it when you look at it. And 28 plus 6. So 7. So 13.
13.
And then my sneak attack is 9.
Niven's still here.
Why is my brain not
Niven
working?
is still there. Niven is sort of snarling and snapping and stalking around.
An extra 13.
An extra 13. So you have 26 in total.
And then I would like to jump back across the water behind me.
Yep.
And I'm going to head. Let's see.
It's so nice for you to just have the movement to be like, I'm just going to go wherever.
Yeah,
really.
Yeah, I'm going to go.
Such freedom.
You hide behind
You know what? I'm going to go there.
You hide behind a little cluster of stalagmites, right?
Yep.
use the terrain you've been given.
Yeah, that, I mean, again, it just goes up to a 20 something,
Marvelous.
Yeah, that's what I'm going to do.
Okay. Radian.
I rolled a 2 on Niven's thing, so I've got 2.
Yep, so this is your first time that you could long rest if you wanted to.
I'm so sorry, this will seem bizarre action economy to everyone. I'm going to use that heal, and I'm going to get everything back. I'm going to use that as my action. I'm going to use that one Niven thing to get, I need the full slot back.
Yeah. You see that as you use that heal, and you saw the same thing when you used it here, it's like Niven's head sort of snaps towards you in this really lupine way. And then all of those, for a moment, all of those animalistic, savage features disappear.
Yeah.
And there's like a softness and a warmth and a kind of comfort that you take.
Yeah.
And it's that restores you.
And I'd like to ask Niven a question. What does Erastus want?
And Niven looks at you and says,
What we all want. Freedom from this.
After this, are you free?
and they look at you and give a slow nod and they say,
That is my hope.
You can't have any more.
Oh,
That is... God, this thing can't use its legendaries.
Good.
That is Toad near Elowin, Toad near Hank, Toad near Dolly. One of them's dead. That one.
It's a good
Toad
time.
near Hank, Toad near Dolly. Let's go do some stuff all together. Oh, we have 7 and I didn't bring the other ones in. They were meant to go then, that's my fault. Toad...
Let me kill them. Kill them's the word.
Toads... Toads on 15. That's Toads 3, 4, and 5. That's Toad 6 and 7. Toad 3 is dead. Toad 6 and 7 forgot to take their turns because they're just dumb little toads.
Dumb little toadlets.
So the one near Hank
Frungy?
is gonna make an attack at Hank. Rolls a 2, that becomes a 6. I don't think that's gonna trouble Hank.
Nope.
And then the one that's nearest to Dolly rolls a 13 to hit Dolly, which
Nope. Denied.
there we go.
Denied.
That is Parvis's turn.
Go on, P.
Go on, lad. Would you rather I rolled it outside of the...
No.
Do your
Yeah.
thing.
You'd rather I rolled it outside... I'm going to use it. Shall I use the tower or not? This is your...
You've started in the tower, you may as well continue.
I hate this.
18 on the die. Becomes a 25.
Finally.
Come on, baby!
Finally.
It knows its,
5
it knows
episodes
its
later.
father, okay?
Do you know what?
It behaves for you.
It was trying to spite. It was trying to spite you in that moment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You watch as
Gaslight.
these colours right in front of you, and the rest of you see it too. Like,
Oh, I'm back now.
oh,
I'm back away.
oh, sorry.
But I see it from a distance. Like, oh, what's that? Colours?
You see it, Parvis, in front of you. These colours begin to meet in the centre. These colours that were once flickering out from the edges of the frame are now meeting in the centre, and they're forming sort of static globs of colour, almost like paint. And then the colour starts to swirl. It's like a whirlpool, and the wind rises, and the gate starts to swirl with light to the extent that the stalactites at the top of the gate are almost obscured by this tumultuous whirlpool of colour and light. Not quite.
Tease.
That is
it.
the other toads. Big boy to the right is going to make an attack, and I say big boy, I just mean the little toad. But the chonkier boy is going to get out of this water. That would be fun, wouldn't it?
I'd like that.
And is going to go over to Rads.
Oh no, a bit further than I was expecting.
And make a bite attack.
Mm-hmm.
12.
Misses.
Thought it might. And then the next one is also going to take its cue and get the hell out of the water. And go for Hank.
Better Hank than us.
13.
That hits.
That hits.
For those listening, the frog toad thing is perfectly, like the mini is perfect for like looming over.
Oh yeah, it's looming over.
I cast
Rolled a what?
Spiny Shield at 2nd level.
Do you? Okay.
It's a 1st level spell.
That's totally fine. Just let me do the damage. So that's 3 piercing and 2 necrotic. So it's 5 damage total.
5 damage total. It's 3, 6, 9.
So it takes no damage, and instead the creature
Does 9
takes
damage to the creature.
Does 9 damage to Hank.
Shouldn't have taken a bite at Hank, should you?
Oh, that's becoming increasingly clear.
This
Says the frog.
This is the high. This is like the high school equivalent or junior school equivalent of like turning around going, "No, you."
That is.
You are, but one man.
Yeah. Super.
That is back to the top of the order. That is Kelnis's turn.
Go on, Kelnis.
Okay.
Come on, my boy.
I cast Healing Word at 3rd level on Elowin as a bonus action.
Okay.
Wow.
So that is 64 plus your wisdom modifier, which is 5. So 64 plus 5.
2, 3, 6, 7.
Swear to
8
God, next
plus
round,
5,
so much
13.
damage.
13 plus the 5.
That's 13 with the 5.
13 with the 5.
Wow.
And I...
Wow, you rolled so badly.
Yeah, it wasn't great.
Because
Had
64
ones.
is a potential
3
24
ones.
and you rolled 8.
3 ones.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, you suck.
Wow, sorry, man.
Wow.
You really dropped the ball.
Tough day at the
No, I
office,
know.
isn't it, Cal? Don't worry.
It's hard. Yeah, I know. It crossed my mind too, but I left it alone, Alex.
I know, yeah, Alex.
Okay.
It's hidden.
And then I move. I move around the other side of Radian.
Yep.
Kind of between Radian and Elwyn and Dolly.
Okay, so you want to go 5, 10, 15, 20, 25. I can get you there. 30.
Okay. And then I command Hank.
Yep.
To teleport. He's within 5 feet of that guy.
Yep.
I guess.
Yeah, he is.
So he's going to teleport as close as he can to me, and he does 1d6 plus 3 damage against a spell save. Is that right? Spell save?
No, plus your I need to make the dex save first for the
Dex
toad.
save, that's what I mean, yeah.
The toad passes, so it's not going to take any damage.
Okay.
And you can do it within 15 feet. So if you want it to come round towards you, it's going to be in this sort of area. He can go 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, that's good.
That.
And I use my Niven thing. So the healing word was a bonus action.
Yeah.
Hank is a command action. And I use my Niven
Smart.
stuff to go
Beautiful.
back to...
Action economy.
Yeah, we liked it.
Again, your
Am I hidden?
No, he was.
No, you're
again, your eyes lock with Niven, and you see in their face just this warmth and this sense of comfort. It feels like being guarded. It feels like sleeping by a fire while someone patrols the area around you. It's that sense of security.
Feels good.
That's a lair action. Someone roll me a d4.
I mean,
I shall do it.
it's a 4. Oh my god.
You know what? There's only one left.
Oh.
It appears. There are now. That's going to go
Can I
on.
make it known that I actually technically rolled the lowest out of all of you?
I know what maths is. I can count.
Just saying.
I very, very nearly had Mark make me 10 of these rather than 8 of these. I'm now regretting it. That is... Oh, God, that curse has absolutely killed me. That is Elowyn's turn.
That's why it's worth getting up right up in its business.
Giving it schnoz.
Schnoz it, you coward.
I am just going to loose an arrow at the little toad in front that I've already been sort of throwing a few arrows into.
Yep.
And that is a 17.
Hits.
You are a D8. And that hits for 8.
Hits for 8.
Mm-hmm.
Kel, Radiant, sorry, from where you are, like you can just about hear as this gate starts to swirl with light and colour, and this wind is picking up. You're pretty sure you can hear Parvis's voice over the top of it, like an incantation that's getting louder and louder and louder in this language that you don't understand. And yes, that was your first attack.
And that crits.
Way in the morning.
And that hits for 14.
Element.
Once again, arrow off, and that thing just drops like a stone to the bottom.
Stone it, baby. Stone the toads.
Stone the toads.
Stone the toads. And I was going to use second wind, but I don't need to because
You
I'm
don't
back
need
at
to
full
no more,
health
you're back at full
the
HP.
moment. So I'm going to stick with my girl. I'm not going to move.
Dolly de Winter, that is your turn.
I'm just gonna be like, all right, party's over. No more frogs. And I'm going to cast Shatter at 3rd level as a con save.
What's the area of?
It is a 10-foot sphere.
A 10-foot sphere, and where would you like to focus it?
I'm going to get as many of them as I can.
So you can get one here. That's a 5. This is a 10-foot sphere. We'll do 1, 2, 3.
3 boys.
Yeah, go on then.
You think it's that as well?
What?
No, I was wondering if you were. So 5-foot sphere, actually 10-foot sphere. So this, so it will get bigger. 1, 2, 3, 4. You center it here. 1, 2. It won't. Yeah. Okay. So it gets bigger, and these fall.
Yep. Great. Sure, hun.
Great.
Okay. So I'll do con save for Biggin. It's pretty good. He has a +9. He rolled a nat 1.
Yes!
And then I've got how many? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let me get some more.
Let's fucking
Beautiful!
You used it at the right time.
Yeah.
You used your shatter.
You cast your shatter.
No, you see, no, that's why I don't want to do shatter.
What is your
I didn't
save?
say it.
The save,
What's
it's
your
con.
DC? Yeah, what is your DC?
Oh, my DC? Sorry, what do you mean?
What did they have to beat?
Oh, sorry. It's 15.
15.
Sorry.
Okay, so moving. I'm just going to do this moving left to right as I look at it. So the one that was in front of Hank fails. The larger one who hasn't done anything yet fails. The 2 jumping-looking ones pass. So what's the damage?
It's not brilliant. 10, 13.
13. So we go. The one that was next to Hank is gone. Shatters into a ball of mucusy nonsense and slides into it. The one, that one survives. Then this one, so they're all dead now. Well done, you.
Very good.
This one takes half, which is 6. This one takes half, which is 6. Oh no, sorry, this one takes half, which is 6. Oof. And then the big one takes 13, right?
Yep.
That is the toad's turn. Big toad. Come on. Now come on!
The toad will turn.
4.
We love this thing now.
Okay. Okay.
Now we've got a long way to do.
That is
Crazy redemption arc from this tower.
It can't do.
Good.
It can't do anything. I'm devoed. I'm getting whomped. That is Ai's turn.
I have got a nice little sightline through to the one next to Radiant. And I would like
one next to Radiant,
pop off a shout.
Pop off a shout.
Pop off a piece of my...
Hey, pop off a shout, baby.
Pop off a piece of my crossbow.
Did any of those go down that are currently on the board?
Thank you. Thank you, Angel.
I only killed one.
That is a 23.
Almost no damage to any of them.
So that is an 11 to hit before I do my...
Sorry, 23, so that's an 11 to hit.
No, 23 is to hit.
Yep, so that's 11 piercing
11 down, yep. And then now I'm going to roll my sneaky attack.
I'm gonna
Sneaky
give me
bay.
one of these, like...
My nasty sneaky bay.
That is 10, 14, that is 19.
Exactly how many?
Woo! Woo!
Yeah.
Now witness the difference between how Eloin kills and how I...
Does it turn?
No.
No, because it's already facing in the correct direction. It does turn, but it's imperceptible like that.
He opens his mouth. Listen! Okay. He opens his mouth as if to like go at Radiant, and a bolt just flies straight in that mouth and just through.
Gobbles it up.
Yep.
Goes through the back of its head,
Yummy,
and it's going to hit
yummy.
Parvis down.
And then I would like to move closer to the ritual-y bit, and I would like to hide behind here.
Doesn't want to be the last one through.
And that is, yep, I hide behind there, behind the rock, which is opposite the ritual.
Yes.
Yes.
That yes. That is the new, reasonably newer toads, which I think is 1 and 2 there as I look at them. God, they can't do a lot at this point. They have sensed that something is going on in this portal, and they are going to both, with disadvantage, attempt to disrupt Parvis. A 10 misses. And a 9 also misses.
Invisibility, baby!
That is Radian's turn.
I'd like to take another wisdom save, please.
As
the toad.
As the big one.
Biggest toad.
As the DM. That's an 8.
So you, out of nowhere...
Not me. Oh, sorry. I thought you were like, you out of nowhere disappeared.
Out of nowhere sees this toad suddenly start wail and scream and shrink and shrink and shrink until it is the size of a frog.
What?
Because I cast polymorph.
Yo!
And now it has, and for those who don't know about polymorph...
Polymorph a 3rd level spell?
It's a 4th level spell. It's why I keep having to recharge.
Yo! Beautiful!
It feels like we dropped invisibility so long ago.
Oh, that's so cool.
Sorry, I've been gearing up for it for a long
that's
time.
wonderful.
Oh god, I'm so glad that worked.
Beautiful.
The target's game statistics, including mental ability scores, are replaced by the statistics of the chosen beast.
Wow.
It lasts for an hour.
Yeah. So concentration.
I'm going to replace it. I'm going to replace it with this, but this one is harmless. This is like a regular frog, like a garden frog.
It has the stats of a frog. It has, I think, like 4 HP.
Yeah, it's a garden frog.
I
Wow!
have a jar.
I like the idea of all the other frogs just turning around and just seeing their big old leaders. And they're like, oh.
Yeah.
Oh, also still covered.
I then use, I think because I'm a wood elf, I'm a wood elf, I have the ability to hide when I'm partially... Can I hide? I think I can. But basically what I'd like to do is use my movement to basically duck behind where thingy is.
Mushrooms.
Duck behind the little mushroom behind there. And then I just shout at the top of my voice, stamp on that thing.
I likes the jar idea.
What do you have? You don't actually have that ability because you have something.
Then I'm going to use my bonus action. No, I'm not. I'm just going to try and use my action to get as far away from everything as possible.
Okay, so you can get 60 feet. You can get 70 feet away.
Yeah.
Which is essentially back to the back of the cave wall if you want to do that.
If can I ask a question? Because the polymorph is 60 feet, the distance, and I have to concentrate.
I don't think that is concentrating, staying in the range. I read that as concentrating on the spell and not dropping it. Great. In the same way that invisibility might be concentration if you cast it on someone else, but they don't have to stay in the range of the spell. Otherwise you'd have to have your hand on their shoulder, and you would be visible.
Yeah. In order to make sure that my concentration isn't broken, I'm going to get as far away as I can.
Can someone move Rads for me?
So you want to get back to like...
He can get all the way back. He's
I want to get all the way back.
Movement. He takes the dash action. Oh no.
At 60, because I think didn't I trip?
Well, no, it'd only be 35 because you used your
that's
action.
fine, yeah.
Used your
35.
action, so 35. Just stick him halfway there.
Okay, if you could see Eye, you would see that Eye is visibly impressed.
His eye is invisibly impressed. It's cool as hell. All of those toads are dead. That is your boy Parvis's turn. It's an 11, which becomes an 18. The noise is sucked out of the cave. Everything goes silent. And then there is an explosion, a sound wave that hits everybody in here. Can everyone roll dexterity saving throws? I'm going to say all of the toads are knocked prone. They're all close up to it. What did everyone get? 21. 17.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. 10.
3.
I and Kel, you are knocked down by the sheer percussive force of this sound wave. At which point, the toads dive under the water. All of them.
No. We want him there. No, we want him there. We don't know who's followed us.
And they disappear. You are alone in this chamber.
My long rest. I was round 3.
You can take your long rest now, yeah.
Thank you.
If anyone else wants to, that hasn't, I believe you all have.
No, I was the only one with 3 rounds. So
Niven's still
So
there.
I didn't use mine.
You hear a voice.
It is working. I don't know how long I can hold it. We goes.
I don't fancy hanging around.
We go.
And the 5 of you leap across the water. And as you do, you look down and you see these toads sat down on the bottom, some of them looking up, these bulbous eyes looking up at you through the murk. And you move through this portal. And the wind is in your ears, and your vision is all colour and light and sound. And who's the last one through?
Probably me, because I'm furthest away.
Radiant, as you are stood on the little island, you watch your friends disappear through this gate. And you look to the shore and you see Niven, who stands on their hind legs. And as you go to pass through, you turn to them, and with an exhale, they turn into light and dust and disappear. And you step into the portal, and that's where we'll end.
Nice. Oh, I love the polymorph move.
Thank you very much, everybody, for joining us for session 27 of our adventures in the world of Reliquiae. As you can tell, there's a lot for us to unpack. There's a lot to talk about. There's so much cool stuff that I didn't get to do, which I can't wait to tell you about over on Action Surge, which you're going to have to wait an entire week for, unless, of course, you fancy hearing it now.
Right now.
Like right now.
No.
And you can do that.
No.
The power's in your hands, baby. You just got to go and join our Patreon. Yes. You can check us out. You can get access to Action Surge now.
Don't worry,
it's a very
spoke better than Aoife.
It's a very easy thing to say, and I said it very well. You can get Action Surge early, plus you get a load of other stuff. Check it out at patreon.com/naturalsis. Thank you very much for joining us, everybody. And until next time, we will see you very soon for more adventures in the world of Reliquiae. Bye, everybody! Bye!